And we're live with me and Stacy. And that's it so far. We're waiting. We'll see if anybody else jumps on here. But
kind of feels like what, 2013, 2014?
Yeah, dude, we're going back in time. Slipping back into the future. So if you want to join the hangout or chat, feel free to do that. The linky is down below in the description for the hangout. And of course the chat is right next to us. So
I think I got it brought up. So
sweet. So we're just trying to get Stacy into the chat here so you can also see what's going on. And make sure, like I said, make sure you got that pause, Stacy, so we don't get any feedback or anything.
Yep, it's paused on your face. So,
oh, poor guy.
I know.
All right, so basically, we're just gonna hang out tonight and reminisce a little bit and have a good time, chill, and hopefully we'll get some more people in here that were on the show or watch the show or whoever. So yeah. Stacey, did you tweet this out or not? Do you have Twitter? Forget. Do you have Twitter?
Yes, I do. I don't know how many people follow. I don't know how many people are actually. Did we get? I'll get it. Did you get it on Autograph Club again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I posted it again, and I posted the link on the old post too.
Okay.
Yeah, I did all the linkage there, so all the old hosts should know pretty much everything. But you know, everybody has busy schedules. You can't get everybody in on one night anymore. Everybody's, you know, got jobs and families and everything else. So, it's tough.
Yeah, some things don't change. That was always our hardest thing back in the day.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, it's priorities. You know, podcast is not the top priority. You got to take care of, you know, your own. So, we are rocking right now at 0 viewers, my friend.
Nice.
But, you know, like I said, this is going to be recorded. So even though we're starting out slow here, people will be able to watch this later. So it's not, you know, like we're talking to nobody. We're talking to the future people watching this.
There you go.
Hello, future people. So what have you been up to, Stacy?
Not too much. Same old.
In the last 3 or 4 years, it's been the same old.
Not so much the autograph stuff. That just kind of started back up.
Yeah, explain about that a little bit.
Kind of got out of it. It's probably been a good 4 years, and then I decided to start back up again this year. Started up on the 22nd of January. And it's been pretty solid, pretty good going. I've got about, back to my old self, about 1,300 requests sent out already this year. Probably gotten about, I'm going to guess between 400 and 500 successes already. So it's back to the old days.
That's hardcore,
again.
Man.
Yeah.
That's hardcore. Now, I when I was getting back onto this channel to play around with it, I saw about like 3 years ago, there was a little video saying, "Hey, we're bringing back Autograph Weekly" from Stacy Schaefer.
Yeah, we tried a couple different times.
What the hell happened, man?
I know, just back to the same old schedules and scheduling issues and work schedules change but now my schedule's fairly the same every year now. So I usually end up, if I'm working 6 nights a week, I end up always with Tuesday nights off. So
well, that's good. The Gigolo business is pretty good about working around podcast schedules.
Yeah, I know. But
hey, what's up, Morgan Mac? We're doing swell. Thanks for watching. This is Stacy Schaefer. He was the co-host on Autograph Weekly with me and many others. And we're just talking about the good old days, about the podcast, autograph collecting, and anything you guys want to talk about. We're just kind of hanging out tonight. So that's what's going on.
So how many episodes of the initial run did we do? Close to 60?
It's closer to 50, I think. I have to check though. I mean, it's on archive.org. If you guys want to listen to the old podcast, just go to archive.org and you can find it there. Type in Autograph Weekly archive, and that should pop up first thing. So
we definitely had fun doing that show. We had some pretty awesome interviews, and
Yeah, and that was a lot of work though. Like you think of like interviewing somebody is no easy task because you kind of got to dig up everything there is and be prepared to make it an interesting interview. At least you don't want to ask the same questions to everybody every time. That's not interesting. So we definitely did a lot of research for those interviews.
I think for the most part, most of them turned out fairly well.
Oh, totally. There were some awkward parts, or like asking Brie Olson about like
Charlie Sheen.
I was like, "Oh no, we stepped in it. We should back up and forget this part ever happened."
She talked about it though, so
yeah, but she was very, very hesitant. Whenever we stepped in it with Todd Stashwick, because a lot of us sent to private home addresses, so
yeah,
we
that was always
that. And he's like, "Oh wow, no! Like anybody that sends to a home address is just a terrible person." And we're just sitting there like, "Whoops."
Yeah, that was always one of our hot topic buttons was private addresses versus.
Yep, because I mean, that's why we had the interviews. We wanted to get the autograph side from the celebrity side, and I hope we get Neary on here sometime because now he's got a different side, a third side, because I guess he runs some convention stuff now, some signings. So it'd be cool to get him on here to talk about, and it'd be good to get like I guess we had some IPers, didn't we? We had some pretty prevalent IPers, so
yeah, we had a few off and on, you know.
Yeah, because I thought that was a little lacking always in our podcast because we were TTM heavy, purchase heavy, and then I think when I quit and you guys had your thing going, I think you had more IPers on.
Yeah, because we had
Kane.
Mike Kane and then Ben always did a lot of IP, and then we had the convention people because Dave always
did IP
convention.
So you had 3 IPers on. So like, and when we first started, it was just like me, you, Blood, and Jeremy. Yep. So like, that's no IPs except Jeremy at cons and Blood at cons. But I guess you went to a few cons too, and I've been to a few. But like, that's not really IPing. IPing is like, oh, where is this person flying into? Let me accidentally run into them at the airport. Like that's
IPing. that's a hot topic conversation now in the community.
Oh, really? Is that a split?
Yeah, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of celebrity uproar about that now too.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, I usually side mostly with the celebrity. I tend to. I mean, not always, obviously, but I can see. Well, I'll maybe not side with them. I can definitely see their point of view. Where if you get enough of that, you know, of people knowing your own schedule almost better than you do, it becomes creepy to a certain extent. But and some of our good friends on here and some of our closest friends on here do IPs and do some of that stuff. So we have to hear from them too to get their point of view. I'm getting a spam phone call. Sorry.
As long as they're, I think some of them, as long as they're decent about it. I know like Rad still does a ton of that stuff, and
yeah. Well, I mean, it's I don't know how lucrative of a business it is. I mean, I feel like autographs are getting cheaper nowadays, and I think that may be partially due to people signing for like trading card sets and signing in bulk at cons and stuff like this. Oops, let me close my email so we don't get any unnecessary dings. But I obviously sell on eBay signed books, and I've seen the markets go down a little bit in the last couple of years. And I don't know if it's due to that, but it seems like if you're an IPer, the profit margins would also be down a little bit. I could be wrong, but we don't have an IPer to tell me I'm wrong. So
there you go.
Yeah. But by the way, I guess I'll talk a little bit about what I was up to. I've been doing eBay ever since I stopped the podcast. I've been doing signed books, and it was going amazing for years and years and years. And this year, eBay's changed like 5 or 6 things majorly. And the market's just dropped out of everything. Like, it's not just me, even. It's like other sellers that are in other categories, like old sellers are getting screwed over. I guess the idea is, these apps where you can take a photo of something and just automatically post it to a board.
Yeah.
Cotty or something like that is one. You can actually ship with that one. It's basically eBay in an app. And then there's like Let It Go and stuff like that. So, hey, what's up, man?
Dude, you guys are ugly.
Hey.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
Yeah, it works on my phone. What's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going,
much,
Godfather?
Hanging in
I haven't
there.
seen you in forever.
Yeah, how's it going, man?
I didn't know you could get it to work on your phone. Somebody was trying to work on their get this to work on their phone the other night, and it wouldn't work. So
I had to go in and download the app.
yeah, I think that was their problem. I didn't think they did the app. So what have you been up to? I just got done saying what I was up to.
We living down in Florida now, and
I can see that tan, man. Florida tan.
Good lighting in here. No, enjoying year-round sun and fun. We're 30 minutes from the theme park, so
yeah, he enjoys those. I see those all the time on Instagram.
Oh yeah, it's nice when you have an 8-year-old and get to go to the theme parks all the time. So,
President Michael, it's not too late to join, man. You can go ahead and join. The link is in the description. So do you get a pass like all year round? Is that what you do since you live so close?
Yeah, we buy annual passes and we get discounted since we live in Florida. They give discounts for Florida residents, so get them at a cheaper price. So it's worth it.
Nice, man. Yeah. Nice. So you've always been the king of high quality TTM returns. So in the last, let's say, couple of years, what's your highest quality TTM return?
Tiger Woods.
Holy smokes! I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, I didn't post that on a lot of the forums just because I didn't want to get bombarded with what would you do? What address? Eddie. It gets annoying with high returns like that. But yeah, inscribed an 8x10.
That's awesome, man. Hey, welcome, Michael. We got 4 on. We got 4 people.
There we go.
And again, guys,
hey, Mike.
Ignore the viewer count. This is being recorded so people can watch this later. So just because we don't have a high viewer count right now doesn't mean it won't get watched eventually. Man, that's awesome. Tiger, huh? So what address did you? No, I'm kidding.
It was actually the one here in Florida. I saw one person get a return and took a chance. So
yeah.
Go ahead. Did you get Gretzky too, Mike?
No, I've got a couple out to Gretzky. I tried his office and his home, and I haven't gotten anything back yet.
Yeah,
doesn't he have an auto pen? He's notorious for auto pen, right?
He is through the office, but people have been getting him through the home, and they look legit.
Really nice. That'd be a nice score.
Yeah,
he's probably one of the GOAT. Like, he may be the GOAT of the GOATs. Like, he's one of the ones that's like nobody argues with him being the GOAT.
Nope.
So to get that one would be amazing.
Hey, Schaefer.
Yeah.
Do you actually watch all those movies you get, or just collect them?
A little of both. I'm so far behind recently, but
yeah. So how many movies do you have, Stacy?
The Blu-rays are probably pushing 2,400 probably.
Gee, how many are signed?
Not very many anymore. I got rid of them. I mean, I've got a few. I probably got 15 or 20 that I kept, but
dude, you could totally like send the DVD covers out to get signed, and then like just keep the DVD and just sell a DVD cover and buy a few more Blu-rays or Blu-rays. Sorry, I'm old. Blu-rays, whatever, not DVDs.
Well, I'm gonna start sending out some more DVD covers once I get back to work again. But I've been buying some. We got a couple like used video game stores here that sell DVDs for like $1 a piece. I've been grabbing them here and there, and got a stack about 40 or 50 ready to go out when I get back to work.
If you ever need a matte piece done for some movies, I'm getting pretty good at it. I've been doing it for the last 3 or 4 years for a living. So the big ones are a pain in the ass, but if you need it done, just hit me up. Man, oh man.
Didn't Jeremy Daniels do that for a while? Cut his own.
Yeah. He did the 8x10s a lot, which you can do with the smaller matte cutter. but some of the shit that I do some of this, pardon my French. Some of the stuff I do is like the founders of the internet. So I try to get as many founders like of ARPANET and stuff like that, and put it all together into one piece. And for that, it will not fit on an 8x10. So you got to do a big one. But yeah, Jeremy, I don't know if he still has his mat cutter, but he definitely did do that.
Yeah, I don't know if he does any. I don't know if he does or if he sold it. Because he was like me and got out of sending and doing it for 2 or 3 years, and he kind of got back into the same time I started back up in January.
Well, like I was doing the books for so long, and then I started to realize like I'd have damaged books, and I'm like, well, I don't want to sell this as like just damaged and like take a lower price on it. So I just cut the signature out, put a photo above it, and bam, it's sell for more than the book would have in pristine condition. So just kind of made sense. How about those Getty images? Go ahead, Michael. Go ahead, Michael.
I was just gonna pipe in quickly because I've asked a few people about cutting autographs out of the book, and some are for it, some are kind of feel a little squeamish doing it. What do you think as an autograph collector? Do you ever feel, I kind of feel bad cutting out, but I really have to?
Only signed limited editions. Those make me feel guilty. I feel like I'm sacrificing a child when I do that. But like at that point, it's like, okay, it's usually I only do that if it's majorly damaged because signed limited editions sell for a decent amount. But it's hard to do. Yeah. But that's the only ones. The other ones I don't feel. I mean, that's just an autograph. It's on a piece of paper. You just got to look at it that way. And sometimes you can sell the book for a few bucks too, add on to the profit. So there's that. I'm that asshole guy now. I'm the guy that sells autographs now. I'm that guy. So you guys can rag on me for that. You can be the collectors, and I'll be the guy that's over. I'm Neary now, basically.
Oh, you guys are talking about Neary. He's ruining some of my TTM people. I need to get GI Joe guys.
Over.
He's doing all the sets, doing the stuff for signings for conventions and.
Yeah, I want to get him on here sometime. He posted on the link, but I don't know if he's gonna jump on. I doubt it.
Yeah, I'd love to pick his brain.
Totally, absolutely.
I mean, we live here in Orlando, and it's a hotbed for wrestlers. Like there are wrestlers everywhere because we have Impact Wrestling, sometimes NXT's right down the road, and half of them live here. So I'd love to do some private signings.
Well, absolutely.
Michael, Neary was in Florida, I think, last year. I almost got a chance to meet him in person, but couldn't quite make it. But I think he's definitely going to be coming back. He was here for a short time, I know.
Hit him up on Facebook. I know he's on there. I don't know how often he checks it, but
he was just at that. He was just at that con that Famous was at. I don't know where that was at though. That's where they ran into each other.
Yeah, there's a picture of them together.
I can't remember where Famous is living now.
Hey Stacy, if I do a matte piece for you though, it has to be Getty images in the for the photo.
Getty.
Nothing better
it has to be Getty. Like you have to. That's the only thing. Like I'll do the whole matte piece, even if it's like an 8-piece like autograph matte piece around a photo. Or I'll do it. I'll do it all for free. But it's got to be a Getty image in the middle.
That's my gimmick now.
You're better than that, Schaefer.
Oh man! Hey, if I ever see Getty image signed photos on eBay, I know where they came from.
Yep.
Because there's not one autograph collector tacky enough to do it except for Stacy Schaefer. I'll even try to edit the Getty out sometimes. Like okay, I can crop around this. There's a little bit left, but I can do the fading tool. No, Stacy was like, nah, it's good.
Well, that's what Jeremy was starting to do because he was starting just paying over the Getty image thing.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's some of them are so high quality that you can do that. Some of them I have found, if you right click it at the right time or at the right spot, you can actually get the Getty part taken off of it automatically. But
really?
It's only like a small percentage that work that way. I don't know if the copyright's not as strong or it's messed up the coding or whatever. But I've been doing a lot of vintage stuff. I've been buying autograph books, like albums. I had one signed by Judy Garland, Orson Welles, and like a bunch of people. Nice. So I've been looking at a bunch of obscure like 50s actors and stuff for the extras. And yeah, some of the Getty Images stuff just popped right off there when I saved it. It was on there when I saw it, and then saved it and it was gone. So I don't know. It's weird.
So do you go to a lot? Did you go to any NXT stuff down there, Mike? Or
not NXT, just because they charge, and I don't want to pay $20 a ticket. But Impact Wrestling, when they do it at Universal, we can get in for free. So they'll tape, on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we'll go a couple days out of the week.
Nice. I'm so far behind on Impact. It's changes damn networks so often that I can never find it.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were still doing it.
Yeah, they put on a good show. It's just, they're basically farming out everyone to every other promotion.
Well, yeah, they what year was it when they're like, it looked like they might be coming up to start competing with WWE, like WCW. It was, I don't know, it was 6 years ago. It was right before Hogan hit TNA. And people were starting to go down on WWE and up on TNA. And then, like, all of a sudden, Hogan went over. And then, like, everything started going down again. And then it leveled back out where WWE's king. And everything else just filters to the top.
I'll tell you what.
Hey, Michael. Go ahead.
The Performance Center.
Michael, did you ever... sorry. Go ahead.
The Performance Center, if you guys want to get the guys to sign, they've been phenomenal through there before they go up to the main roster. So
yeah, you probably get better. They sign multiples too.
Yeah.
That'd be a good place to farm some graphs for later on.
I've gotten a few of them back. I got Black back last week. Nikki Cross, Lacey Evans.
I don't know who any of those people are, but I'm happy for you. Let's see. What should we talk about?
I need to get Andy in here so Andy and Mike can do some training.
we talked a little bit last time about the ebbs and flows of autograph collecting and like how most every collector goes through the wave of, okay, I'm collecting majorly and focusing on this, and then you get in a bind with money and you sell your collection. And then you wait like 2 years, and then you're like, oh, I got the itch again. Then you start collecting again, and then it's like, oh, I need some money. Then you sell your so I'm just asking out there. Michael answered this last time. He said he's been a pretty solid collector. He really hasn't sold any of this private collection stuff. I was just wondering what you guys have been doing in the last few years. I know Stacy's answered a little bit, but either one.
Yeah, I pretty much sold everything I had 4 or 5 years ago and
did the movie thing, right? So you're just transferring to movies.
Yep, did that pretty hardcore for a while. I had probably as many DVDs and VHS tapes as I had Blu-rays, if not more. But I had to get rid of that stuff because my oldest nephew lived with me for the last couple years, and he just moved out. So now I got room again, so I can start buying crap again. But
yep, it seems almost everybody I know goes through that ebbs and that flow of like, okay, collecting and then sell, and then collecting and then sell, and collecting and sell. How about you, Michael?
It's been kind of nice to start completely over like I did though.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I understand that. Sometimes you lose track of yeah. Sometimes you lose track of what you got. Like when it gets so big, it's just like, oh yeah, like somebody passes away, and it's like, I think I have that person's autograph somewhere in my giant pile of graphs.
Yeah, because so far I've just stuck to 4x6s so far. I've dug out a bunch of trading cards about a month ago. Someday I got to start working on that stuff, but that's just a nightmare.
Well, I had an officer from Getty Images show up at my door asking for Stacey Schaefer. I was like, I don't know the man. You're gonna have to go somewhere else. So hopefully you don't get a knock at your door, Stacy. Stacy's gonna be in court being sued for like $5 million in copyright infringement.
I haven't had a single person refuse to sign one though, which kind of surprises me.
I don't think they would have a problem with it. I mean, I don't know. I guess if maybe they would. Whenever I send a unique photo, I usually get like a letter back being like, "Hey, where'd you get that photo? I want one for myself." So
yeah, I just got that from Lenny Moore a couple weeks ago. Some photo I found with him and I can't think who else was in the picture, but he was wanting me to send him a couple copies.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got that too. I got Jim J. Bullock. I sent him something from Hollywood Squares. It's like, I've never seen this photo, but the voice for Firestar from the old Spider-Man cartoons.
Yeah.
She's like, can I have a few copies of the Spider-Man ones? I was like, sure. I always like getting those.
Sorry, I disappeared for a second. I just wanted to show you guys also what I was kind of been up to over the last few months at least. I started a new business because eBay sucks balls now. And, don't even get me started about it. So this is called Fabric Fobs. It's basically a keychain business where it has the guy's name there and a serial number and a piece of worn clothing by the person on the back.
Oh, nice.
Some are from movies and some are just regular pieces of clothing people wore. But yeah, that's what I'm doing now. So it's my secondary business, so I don't take such a big hit on this eBay crap. But yeah, it's fun times.
Yeah, I checked out your site for that. You have a lot of cool ones too.
Yeah, dude, I put a lot of time and effort into it because, like I said, I'm trying to get away from eBay. The evil, evil eBay. They love those fees, man. They love those fees.
I know that was the most brutal part when I was selling my crap on there. It's just like, Jesus.
Well, I would deal with the fees if I got the views like I used to get, but okay. I was talking about this before Michael joined. So what happened was all these apps on your phone took the market of people of new sellers. So if you're a new seller, like eBay's an option, but they go to these apps first because you just take a photo and type in description and boom, it's for sale. So eBay has changed the guidelines and stuff where it puts old sellers at a disadvantage and features new sellers first. So people get hooked. So if you list something on eBay and you're a new seller, then your stuff's more likely to sell. And you're like, oh man, this is awesome. I'm making money here. I'm going to keep it listed on eBay. And then of course the old sellers, even though we're paying thousands in fees, we get pushed, to the side. Yeah. But it is what it is. That's why there's other platforms. I'm looking for a new platform right now. We'll see.
But isn't newer sellers a little bit disadvantaged because you don't have as much history behind you? Someone might be a little bit more hesitant to buy from you if you're a very new one.
Yes, but if it's the lowest price and you're featured at the top of the search, then some people don't care about that. Actually, I would say a lot of people don't care about that. Feedback's become a little bit outdated these days. Like not a lot of people even look before they buy. They just see the price and pull the trigger. So that's why you get so many people get scammed because they're like, oh, a PlayStation 4 for $10. Sweet. I'm going to buy this. It's like, okay, come on, man. Use some common sense.
So Mike, you've stayed pretty steady sending and getting stuff, haven't you, over the last few years?
Yeah, I didn't sell, but I'll go through the ups and downs. Like sometimes I just get burnt out and stop. Right. Then I pick back up, but I get a lot of the stuff personalized too to Archer, and I don't want to take the time to remove the personalization. I have some.
Yeah, totally. Did you see the Kofax that somebody apparently got back recently that like looked nothing like Kofax?
Yeah, I was gonna say it look sloppy. And of course, that's I hate posting sometimes just because I'm sorry, but collectors are assholes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Well, fake. You try and post something, everyone's an expert all of a sudden. But yeah, I saw that one. I didn't say anything, but I didn't think it was real.
I mean, it blew up like crazy. I was like, if it's showing up on my feed, like, man, oh man. Like,
so that's kind of why Instagram's become my place because I don't get a lot. I mean, I get it on there once in a while, but it's not anywhere near as bad. You post something on Facebook, and in 10 minutes you have 20 people. How'd you get that? What's the address? Give it to me.
Well, you guys want to piss some people off and talk about secretarials that you guys have suspicions of? No, I'm serious. Why not, right? You guys got any that you suspect that aren't like really well known? Because I got a few.
I said I try. I mean, I just don't send to it. I mean, even if there's any question too much anymore, I don't even send out to those people anymore. But you see them pop up all the time, though.
What about your John Carpenter collection, Stacy? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I know. I know. That's like That's probably like the one.
Yeah, dude. I'm so lucky because, you know, I had like 50 Carrie Fisher TTM signatures, man, and I made a haul whenever she passed it. It's like, come on, dude. Anybody that falls for the Carrie Fisher, it's like you shouldn't be in this hobby. I'm sorry. But that's like the worst one. Like, it's literally totally different handwriting. I mean, the Debbie Reynolds is one thing. It's pretty similar with one difference. But like the Carrie Fisher, come on, man. I think she's probably still signing after she passed away from that address.
Hey, Stacy, did you send a page when she sent out her PO box here in Orlando?
Yeah.
What do you think about those?
I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it.
I think some legit ones came through, but
I've seen some that are way worse than mine. But I mean, I've seen some of mine that are similar to some of her authentic stuff that Tops and stuff has put out. But I mean, those are stickers too. So I mean, half the time you don't really know.
So I'll talk a little bit about the time I killed Gene Wilder. You know, I found his address and, you know, put it up and everything, and then it got everywhere, and like everybody flooded it, and he was an old man, and then he died. So I killed Gene Wilder. Anyways, a lot of people were questioning the ones with the one L that wasn't cursive, because he would sign some with the cursive L and some with the regular L. And I think Pop Century recently released a set in the last couple years before he died, signed by him, and it had the one L that wasn't cursive. So anybody that has the one L that's not cursive from Wilder before he passed away, you're good to go. Looks like that is legit. So, and there was some questioning around that. He was just getting older, I guess, and was spelling things out more. Sometimes that happens. So
do you know, Mike, did Paige put that PO box out herself, or because I know Chad Duvall is the one that gave me the address and said that she put it out there, but I never saw it anywhere on social media if she actually put it out on Twitter or on something. But
yeah, she did put it out on Twitter, so that's where I got it from.
Okay.
So I think the ones I got look good, but some of them I saw coming back, definitely not. So I think it was 50-50. Same thing with the Uma Thurmans. If he sent to her via the Broadway play or whatever she was in, I think it was 50-50 on those too.
Yeah, I sent twice, but never got anything back.
I always thought it'd be interesting to almost be somebody like in Neri's position, where you're in contact with agencies and stuff, to start an official like list, like verified by the agencies, of here's where to send to get an authentic autograph, and even get a yes or a no if it's possible to get an authentic autograph. Now, I know agencies are going to lie. That would be your biggest problem. But if you could get some kind of like total like verification by the agency that you're going to get a legit signed autograph from this, and be like, okay, now if you ever decide you don't want to sign, please contact us. We will update the people sending in the fan mail. I always thought that'd be kind of cool to have. You know, I mean, I know crowdsourcing is great. I mean, it's the best alternative. But with Neri having his job and the way he kind of works, I don't see how that, you know, that could be a reality. It's not totally unfeasible.
Plus, they're
represented by a lot of the same people.
Then you have people like Carpenter, and that's why there's always such a controversy about him, because he comes out anytime somebody asks him about it, he comes out and says that he's the one that's signing the stuff. But
he says he is the one signing. Yeah. I don't know how you would stop that, I guess. I don't know. Mary Lou Retton's another one that I've figured out. I've been dealing with a lot of her signed books, and they look nothing like the TTMs. The TTMs almost look like they're signed by like somebody specifically spelling out her name, and the books are scribbles. So, like, I mean, unless you're buying into that whole, well, she's sitting at the table when she's signing, so therefore it's a totally different signature, like that some people give. I'm not buying it, man. There's too many differences.
Yeah.
Hey, Zane, what's your opinion on people like Sarah Palin, who will give you a signed book, but then
don't even get me started. I was wanting to punch her in the face before, but now, I mean, after that, like, gosh, man.
It was
I'll tell you,
Gene Simmons too, wasn't it?
Yep.
Gene Simmons, yeah. That was actually that was pretty early on. He did that. He was probably one of the first. So they put out a country music card set with all these famous country musicians with the sticker signature. So literally they send in a big thing of stickers and they sign them and they're done. And they get paid a decent amount of money. Well, I guess Florida Georgia Line is pretty famous, I guess. They got lazy. They auto-penned all their stickers and sent it in. So in that set, all the Florida Georgia Line signatures are auto-penned. Nice. Like, dude, you're getting paid. Yeah. Like, seriously, you're getting paid to sign something and you shove it through a machine?
Yeah, so that's the worst part about the stickers, unless they're sending somebody there to actually witness the people signing. I know there's a couple companies that actually do that, card companies that do that, but...
So who was that? Dak Prescott, the Dallas Cowboys guy, did that with his stickers. Auto-penned it all.
Yeah, that's craziness. Like, and I understand it's kind of pennies to them at that point. Like, they're making millions of dollars in the NFL or whatever, or singing. So, you know, maybe $3,000 or $4,000 or whatever they're getting paid. They're probably getting paid a little more than that. Is nothing. But still, dude, you're getting paid for it. You got to do it. Like, but the good thing is we're part of communities that catch that stuff really fast. So I don't get duped by it hardly at all. So it really doesn't affect me, but it affects people who actually like don't know much about the hobby and just want an autograph. That's who it affects.
That reminds me of the Palin books that Barnes & Nobles was selling as authentically signed, and they weren't.
That's what Michael said. Yeah, that's what he brought up. He brought up Sarah Palin and that whole fiasco. But you'd be surprised. And like I brought this up earlier on our the show before. I got the Brian Wilson books over there. They're stamped. They're not even auto pen. They're stamped.
Jesus, nice.
Like with 3 variations of signatures. It's like, come on, man. Like I guess they're like, it's like if I do 3 variations, maybe they won't realize that they're stamps. It's like, who you trying to
celebrity? Some think that the fans are stupid.
Oh yeah, they think. Well, a lot of people think autographs are stupid, so they just like, it's something I have to do instead of something, you know, that I want to do. So I think that's probably goes into it a little bit too.
I think even wasn't that long ago that I think the same thing with Ariana Grande. She had some supposedly signed CDs that I think they ended up being auto penned.
Now those are, I think they sign like when they do. I think certain labels have contracts with like Newberry and stuff, where a certain amount will be signed for the store. And so those are a little bit out of, I think, the obligation of the recording companies. So it's a little more understandable. Not good. I'm not condoning it, but I don't know if they're directly getting paid to sign those. I think it's part of the promotional part for their new CD.
Yeah, there was some controversy on there too about when Seth MacFarlane had a signed CD on there too, not too long ago.
I saw that one. Yeah, I didn't see the signature though. I was almost bought it. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, it looked similar to like there's some people that have been getting them, people still sending to him, but it's his like full signature, but it looks similar to some of his TTMs. So I was like, I almost didn't think it was probably signed by him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's always iffy on TTMs. I mean,
I know that times back in the day when I sent to him, and all I got back was his big S and his big M.
Right, I remember that. Yeah. Oh. Do you think those were legit?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Wasn't he sent out like fake sketches that was supposed to be signed by him that obviously wasn't?
Yes, that was a big thing. Yeah, that was a big thing. Now I remember that. Was it a contest or was it a what was that?
I think he was just sending those out in fan page. I think he was just making copies of sketches and sending them out because I mean I got 1 or 2 of those as well. But
no, this was this was something he posted. Well, this is something he posted though, because it wasn't just people sending TTMs. It might have been a thing where it's like, hey, if you want a signed photo, we have like 5,000, or a signed sketch, we got like 5,000. Send to this address or something like that. He posted. It was connected somehow to him saying that you could get a signed sketch.
Okay.
And it turned out to not be that. Were they not? It was just all a copy, or was it just the signature and a copied sketch?
I don't think. I think the signature was. I think he was just making copies of the photo because I think the signature was just. It was just a copy on the sketch itself.
Yeah, the only part of mine that was signed by somebody was like the 2 Michael part, and the rest it was all like Xerox.
That's right. Okay, I remember. Anyways,
I was going to ask, what do you think about Christopher Plummer? There's been a lot of talk that his more recent TTMs in recent years have been auto-penned or done by a secretary.
Yeah, that's a good one because I actually have a sketch that Sydney did for me, and it's signed by Christopher Plummer TTM. And I've always wondered about that. I got Ed Asner first because I knew he would sign legit. Then I was like, well, if it's signed by Asner, maybe there's a better chance that it's a hand-drawn photo signed by Asner. They'll actually get Plummer to sign it. But I saw the discrepancies a few years ago, and they were kind of convincing. You guys got any thoughts on it, Stacy, Mike?
I don't know if I can't remember if I even ever wrote to him or not.
You never wrote to Plummer?
I don't know.
Well, make him 14,005 for this year, man.
I'll find a Getty image.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just specific. That should be your thing. Just everything's Getty, man. Getty for life. I'm gonna make you a shirt that says Getty for life.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think I've looked at his autograph that close. If I wrote to him, it was years ago.
Yeah, he's always been a good signer, supposedly. So a lot of people already had him in their collection. But we got 3 viewers. I'll read some of the chat, I guess. We got Hardcore in here. And Morgan Mac. And they're just basically talking about what we talked about. There's nothing really to say, so never mind. But yeah, with this fabric fob stuff, it's pretty cool. Like I'm handling stuff like worn by Frank Sinatra, like in movies and stuff, and like Betty Davis in movies, and like I don't know, as like handling history. Oh, I've been buying costumes too. Here's some good stuff. I've been buying costumes to cut up from movies and TV shows, and I got a. You ever seen Love the Coopers? It's a comedy. It's a Christmas comedy.
Yep.
Okay.
It's so there in the collection somewhere, Zane.
Oh, well, I got the perfect collectible for you, Stacy, if you're interested. It's going to cost you a buttload of money because that's a pun. Here it comes. So Alan Arkin is in that movie, and he goes to the hospital at the end, right?
Yeah.
Well, I got his whole outfit from when he was in the hospital. I screen matched it and everything. It comes with the COA from the production. Even comes with the tubing that was in his nose in the scene. And it even comes with his socks. And it even comes with his pants, like his little shorts he had on. And it even comes with, are you ready? His underwear.
Nice.
So I am now the proud owner of Alan Arkin's underwear. And I don't know what to do with it.
Huh? Skid marks and all?
Yeah. Yeah. I scraped some DNA off that thing.
Yeah, someone would probably pay extra for that.
Stacy, what'd you do with your stuff that you got back in the day from the adult entertainers?
Sniffed it.
Actually, I sold it. It all sold.
Did it?
I was surprised. Yeah, I didn't do. I probably got. I think low end was $10-15 for each one. Some of them, like I think, like Brie Olson brought 40 or 50, and so I didn't do too bad getting rid of those. I know Spawn still has all his. He still gets them once in a while.
So you hear that? All you bigger, sweaty autograph collectors out there. Stacy Schaefer likes to collect signed, used underwear. Stacy, go ahead and give that P.O. box out, buddy, where they can send their stained, old, sweaty underwear to you, buddy.
I think I'll pass.
Oh, man. Got a couple ready to go for you. But I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with the pair of underwear. Like I think I'm going to keep it as a conversation piece. It's like, hey, you want to see Alan Arkin's underwear? I got it. I also got Cal Penn's outfit from the Deadbeat. It was a show on Hulu.
Oh yeah, and, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah. I got like some glasses that he wore in that, and his whole outfit, his like little like nerd watch that he was dressed up as a nerd in the show, and his leather shoes, like it came with everything, and I just don't know what to do with it because I can't cut it up and put it in a freaking keychain. So I just have all this extra junk from the costumes laying around.
What about like a shadow box and try selling in that?
I don't think it's worth enough. I mean, I bought it for cheap, and I'm taking stuff out of it with the costume part. So I mean, selling it. I mean, I don't know how much I could get for it. It's just piddly little stuff that's been on TV, worn by famous people. So, I mean, a keychain actually has use, but who's wanting to buy a pair of shoes that were on TV? I mean, it seems like the market wouldn't be there for that.
There's probably somebody, but the hard thing is finding that one person or two.
Is it worth,
one or two people?
Yeah, is it worth trying to find that person? I don't know.
So, what'd you get anything in today, Mike?
Yeah, I did. Old football player and something else. I actually don't remember. I'm trying to.
Don't even know the names. Jiminy.
I know the name. I just don't know who I got in.
I think I got Kalisto back finally today, and I got Andre Dawson today.
You pay for it?
Nope, he didn't charge. He didn't. I got Brooks Robinson like last week, and I didn't send a fee, and he still signed it. So,
dude, I want Dawson to sign something and put like "suck my hawk," because that's his nickname, the Hawk.
Yeah,
he wouldn't do it. Maybe if I paid him like $50, I'm like, dude, I'll give you $50.
How much do you send out a week, Schaefer?
I've been trying to average between 30 and 40 now. I usually send a big batch of like 20 or 25 on Monday, then I try to send out another batch of 10 or 15 sometime throughout the week. But when I first started up, and when I first started back in January, February, I was probably sending 50 or 60 a week. But
you keeping track with Star Tiger and everything?
No. I just have a spreadsheet I'm doing. I know one of these days I need to.
Shame.
The process of going through
your sources. Feed your sources.
Sorry. The process of going through and scanning everything is just a nightmare.
No, scans are one thing. I understand scans, but at least post the success, my friend.
But then I send so many oddball stuff that. It's not even on Star Tiger, so you have to go through the process of putting all that information in. And
no, you don't have. No, you just just signed 1 or 2 items. Signed 2 or 2 items. Easy, done. Database, my friend. I upload every single signature I sell on eBay, like all the signed books. I upload everything to Star Tiger because it is by far the best autograph database when it comes to photos and checking authenticity that there is. I feed my sources.
Plug. Yeah, it's on my agenda to get stuff up later on. I just haven't.
I don't have my affiliate link with me. Sorry, guys. I used to have an affiliate link. Did you guys have an affiliate link with Star Tiger?
I don't think so.
I didn't either. I'm in the same boat. I don't post a lot.
Feed your sources. I mean, okay. Here's it's understandable. Hey, it's Andy.
Oh, Lord.
Here comes the trash talking.
Oh Lord, here we go.
It's the Nard Dog.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, Andy doesn't have webcam going.
Good. No, play.
Enable your camera.
Yeah, and make sure you got clothes on.
Yes.
And headphones. Well, we're waiting, Andy.
What are you guys doing?
We're waiting to see your pretty face.
Can you even see us?
No.
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. We just can't see you. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm hiding.
Okay, it's fine.
No, I just saw you guys were on, and I was watching a movie, and I just downloaded this, and it automatically kicked on.
Our stream did?
Yeah.
So you accidentally fell into our hangout?
No, I was clicking. I was downloading the app, and it just automatically kicked me right into it.
Oh, sweet.
The app itself.
Well, maybe it can kick you right out, too.
I'm just trying to watch a movie and have a little wine with the missus, and all of a sudden you guys are yapping away.
we apologize.
Oh God,
So
no.
You gonna stay on?
No.
Nice talking to you. See ya.
No, honestly, no. I really want to, but it's been one of those days, so we're kind of just relaxing. And I was like,
Oh, that's what we're doing, dude.
What?
We're relaxing.
Yeah. Well, no, it's been a crappy ass day. So.
Well, is there any other kind of day?
Yeah, if you guys want to give out the big hugs, I'll take it. No.
Yeah. I'll take that Breaking Bad signed cast photo.
Oh,
if you want to
God,
send it over
you
here.
still remember that?
Dude, I'll never forget that, man. That's one of my favorite returns. I'm like, he got what?
Summers, can you see us or just hear us?
No, I see you.
Oh, we apologize.
Godfather, take that and shove it, all right?
It's
I'm not putting up with that. Beat me by like 5 minutes on that one.
Yeah, I said you missed it, Zane, with these two when the hockey finals for the hockey playoffs were going on.
Isn't that called the Stanley Cup?
No,
calls it the
just
hockey
Bruins
finals.
versus Tampa Bay.
North
versus the old South.
I got some stamps out of it.
So, is anything showing up on my picture or no?
Just see like silhouette of a person. You're a little logo guy, so you're just your voice.
I just hear him. I don't see him.
You're fine, dude.
Phone, that's why.
You can just do your voice if you want. You're fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can listen to us. We're watching the movie Fences. You ever seen it?
Fences, yeah, they got nominated for Oscar for Denzel did, right?
Yeah, was it? It's actually pretty good. So
I think he did. I'm not sure if the movie did.
Yeah, it's actually good so far. It's long as hell, but it's good.
So what the hell are you guys doing watching hockey when you live in the United States of goddamn America?
America.
Lacrosse season was over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm really enjoying the World Cup. Oh no, that's over, right?
Yeah. So when are you guys gonna be doing this next time? Because then I'll definitely do it.
Are you in Stacy's group, the Autograph Club?
Yeah.
Okay, I post everything on there.
Okay.
So just check in there, and I post. We'll try to post a few days in advance, and it's looking like Tuesdays are looking good for me and Stacy for sure.
Okay.
But it probably won't be every Tuesday, just random Tuesdays.
Yeah, that works out, but I definitely want to catch up and actually talk to you guys.
For sure, man. I've been hopping on here randomly, so I'll post on the club page randomly just to chat with some people, and I usually don't save it. I just chat and catch up. So
it was funny. I actually watched you and Michael there. I was stuck in traffic coming home from Cape Cod Saturday morning.
Really? And you watched our little thing?
Yeah, I was stuck in traffic for a pure hour by a bridge.
Oh shit!
And that's all. I just listened to you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're just trying to kind of revive the group we had a little bit and get some stuff going, get everybody talking about what they've been doing, and just have a good time.
Yeah. No, I definitely be down if you guys have any space at the bottom and put my picture up there.
For sure. We prefer an actual video next time, but
yeah, no problem. Well, I just have to call in, and check in.
I still can't believe you got that Breaking Bad. Man, like it's like sending to. I mean, it's one of the best shows of all time, and you got them on their last season where they're the most famous, and got the entire cast TTN. Like in my opinion, that's one of the biggest ones I've ever seen. I can't think of one bigger actually. Yeah,
the brick definitely squeezed out when I opened that package. But
the wallet got fatter, right?
I'm watching that show for the 4th time right now.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing.
But they've been real difficult to get lately now.
Well, I bet. If you want Cranston, he actually came out with a book, and you can get his book pretty cheap if you look. If you know where to look. Wink, wink.
He just did a play overseas and signed. He signed for like the first 2 weeks, and then he stopped.
Oh yeah, everybody's
Well, he posted that video that he's done signing.
Yeah, he posted something on social media that he's done.
Yeah.
Done signing?
Yeah.
TTM.
All together?
No,
TTM.
No, in person, I think he'll sign and do pitches, but no more TTM. He's done.
Shit, I need to get some books, man.
He Ringo Stardust.
Did you see what he did with the book, though? I think in New Mexico.
No, what do you do?
He actually bought his own book in the bookstore, signed it, put the receipt in the book, and left it on a table for someone to find it.
They actually, that's a thing
Nice.
now. There's multiple people that do that, celebrities. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Justin Timberlake did it with a CD at Target.
Yep.
did
And what's his name? Aziz Ansari did it with his book when it came out.
Really?
Yep. It's a thing.
Oh.
Yep.
Nice little trend.
So it's like, oh, congratulations. You just found like 30 or 40 bucks, you know, basically. So,
All right, guys, I gotta run because, but I will catch into this one of these days.
all right, Andy, we'll forgive you for this one.
All right, I do appreciate it. Thank you all, Mike.
See you, Andy.
Hey,
Take it
see you,
easy,
Andy.
buddy.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Bye.
I'm cutting out too. I gotta get.
Oh,
I got
boo. All right.
early morning.
All
Nice
right,
talking to
dude.
you guys. Hey, I'll
See you, Mike.
jump in next time when you
For sure.
do this. So,
Keep up on the autograph club. We'll post stuff on there.
yes, sir. Talk to you guys later.
Later, man.
See
All
ya.
right, bye, Michael.
And then there were 3. And 3 viewers, too.
One question I want to ask you too. What is, out of all the time you were ever doing TTM, what is the most biggest surprise or generous response you ever gotten?
Stacy, do you know yours? I got some ideas.
Probably the first one that comes to my mind is similar to like Andy's Breaking Bad.
It's Mike
I
Moore.
got Californication. I sent to Tobolowsky when he was doing it, and he just happened to get his bill. He picked up his bill on a day he was going to the set, and he sent back. He got my 8x10 signed by everybody that was on set that day. Plus, he sent me a front page of the script for the episode they were signing. He had that signed by everybody too, and that was Duchovny and whoever else, Aldon that was on. Whoever else was on there.
Dude, that's awesome. Tobolowsky is one of those guys I think we could have got on our podcast. He was
Yeah, I
on the
think so,
short
too.
list of guys I think would have done it. Kind of makes me sad that we didn't get him. But that's that's amazing. One that's not really famous, but somebody that went out of their way to do something. Back early, so I got a lot of crap back in the day because when I first started collecting again, like I collected when I was a kid, and then like 2009, I started collecting again. I did mass emails to get started, you know, like just to get started. I started emailing everybody that had an email to get an autograph, and I emailed a romance author, like you know, one of those Harlequin books, you know. So, and I came at it like I was a guy, like, you know, because I am a guy. And I was like, you know, I'm really enjoy your books and everything. And I guess she thought it was just so weird that a guy was actually into romance books. She's wrote a letter back. I got a box in the mail. It's like, I'm so happy you enjoy our books. It's rare that we get a man that enjoys our books. And she said, I got a bunch of my friends to sign a bunch of books for you. And she sent like a whole box of signed like romance novels by her friends.
Nice.
I was like, wow, okay, that's cool. Then I felt a little guilty.
Do you think she was being serious or being sarcastic?
100% serious. Yeah, I wrote a good letter or email or whatever. So she was being 100% serious, and yeah, it made me feel a little guilty because I hadn't read the book, but that one blew me out of the water. So that's probably mine.
Yeah, probably since I came back, started back up in January, probably the biggest thing like that I've gotten. I wrote to Jeff Johns, he's the head of DC Entertainment at the time. He's not anymore, but he sent me back he saw my photo, but then sent me a hardback graphic novel signed too, so that was kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool. Limited edition?
Probably not.
No.
DC Universe Rebirth, I think, is what it was.
Go ahead, Michael.
Mine would have been, this was probably 15 or so years ago. I wrote to someone who worked in the front office of the Minnesota Twins, and he ended up sending me a full signed Kirby Puckett back. The exact same kind of bat he would have used in the game and everything. It was signed by Kirby Puckett. It looks beautiful, signed in silver and everything.
That's awesome, man.
And that was a complete surprise. I never expected that.
Yeah, that's worth a pretty penny too.
Yeah, no doubt.
And one other one I want to mention, and this is not exactly, well, it's kind of memorable but unusual. I wrote this man, his name escapes me at the moment, probably back in 1998, 1999. He was like the world pinball champion at the time. And he sent me his expired license, his driver's license.
Whoa.
And it was definitely an unusual thing. And then there was this one woman, and who was the Speaker of the House. I don't remember. It was Massachusetts or someplace. I don't remember at the moment. She sent me her expired official Speaker of the House ID, which was kind of stupid because someone could easily use that for some nefarious purposes.
Well, did you look like her?
And I was thinking, oh, well, probably because I always ask for a business card because I collect those. So maybe she thought she'd send that instead.
Maybe, yeah.
And then there was this mayor, and don't ask me who. I would have to find it. Along with the autograph request, sent me the key to the city hall pantry, and it says "Do not duplicate" on it. So I don't think that's the smartest thing to send as a souvenir, but they sent it.
Like somebody's at the city hall, like, who took the pantry key? Like, I can't get in the pantry here. Well, I had a few like that too. I had a John Hoeven. I think he's a senator now, but he used to be a governor, I think. Yeah, and he sent me a signed license plate from the state he was governor in or whatever. So that's one. This is a weird one. This isn't even like I would have preferred to get an autograph, but this was just weird. I sent to Gore Vidal about a year before he died. And he is a liberal debater, famous, the Vidal Buckley debates and stuff. And he ran for Congress in like 1960. Okay. So I sent to him, he sends all my stuff back unsigned. But in the thing, he sends these flyers for his 1960 campaign for like Congress, like the actual ones from 1960. Just that he had to laying around, I guess. But he didn't sign anything. I'm just like, what? Okay, sure, whatever. I'll take it, I guess.
Did he send you multiples of that?
Yes.
Or was it just one?
It was multiples. It was like 3 or 4.
Do you still have them all?
I think I sold them.
Well, if you do come across them, if you still have any, if you want to sell them, could you let me know?
Sure. Yeah, if I run across them. I have a big stack of like preprints and secretarials somewhere. I don't even think it's in this house. I think it's in storage somewhere. And it might be in that stack. But I might have pieced them out with Gore Vidal pieces though. I don't know. I'd have to check. But yeah, that was a weird thing, man. Like, I don't know if he was having somebody else do his mail and he just couldn't sign, or if he just was feeling wily that day. Here's an old flyer from when I ran for Congress 50 years ago.
Do you have any of those cards they were purchased as you got? I remember you showed me in your old videos. They were from like celebrities from like the 1920s and 30s. Like you had the Senator Walter Edge and all that.
Yes.
It was collected by a woman called Helen Nonet or something like that.
Yes.
Did you sell all those, or do you have any left?
Yeah, I got some left. They're mostly presidents of like colleges like Yale and the president of Illinois University, IU. And then
I did buy one of them from you, one of the ones you sold.
Yeah. There's somebody liquidating an estate sale. So I bought several of them that were cheap. And one of them that I bought turned out to be, I can't believe I sold. This is another thing I've sold that like I look back on, I was an idiot. It was signed by Kano Jigoro. And the guy listed it as Kano Jimoro or something. He misspelled it. And I bought it for like $20. And Kano Jigoro is the guy who invented judo.
Yeah, okay? I think I remember you telling me about this when you initially.
Yeah. I think I do too.
So I was like, oh my God, I have the guy who invented judo's autograph. And I was in college at the time and I was poor. I just needed money anyway. I get it. So I sold it for $400 on eBay. And now I'm like, oh, man, if I would have did a matte piece of that thing and sold it today, dude, I could have got easily like $5,000. I just gave somebody like all that money, but whatever. But that was on the Helen Monette card. That was the same person. So, all the people I have left are, like I said, are just presidents of colleges and stuff. I do have one for sale right now on my eBay page. It's a guy from he did a lot of work in Samoa. He was an author, and I got some interest in that, I think. So, but I wish I had more of those. I wish I would have known at the time and just swiped them all up. But I was poor, so. Let's see. We got 3 viewers in chat. You guys in chat got any questions? Instead of sitting there not saying anything. Let's see. I'm trying to think of something to talk about.
Did you guys ever get any like angry responses or threatening responses from a celebrity?
Yep.
Anything like that?
God, who was that? It was somebody in Geek a Week. I can't remember who that was.
Jill Pagnozzi.
Oh, yep.
She's because Stacy used the address that I used. I just gave it to Stacy, not thinking, and she freaked out. She's like, "How did you get my address? Like, never send to me ever again." What'd she say, Stacy? I forget what it was exactly.
It was pretty brutal. It was about like going to the authorities and everything, because she emailed me, she sent me a message on Facebook.
Round up the fucking niggas.
Oh, we've got ourselves a troll. And he's gone. That stuff happens.
Yeah.
That's YouTube. Anyways, so yeah, it was a threatening letter sent to Stacy. And I felt kind of responsible because like I gave him the freaking address.
And I'm assuming you had a success from her, Zane?
Yeah. No, I emailed her first. That's the thing. I emailed her and I said, "Hey, is there an address I can send this to? Because I need it signed for a set." And so then she gave it to me and I did it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was probably the only time I ever got something like threatening wise or really pissed off like that. I mean, I've had people like after a while, like with the Geek a Week, Len kind of wanted us kind of ask nicely for us to stop sending them because some people were having issues with us having their addresses and stuff like that. But he was never mean or anything about it. He just
it was a weird
if we would stop.
It was a weird situation, you know. I understand somebody that's not super famous can misconstrue that as something weird, like somebody sending me something and I didn't give them my address. So, you know, whatever.
Didn't you run that a little bit when you were doing that? What was it, that My America book you were doing?
Not. Oh yeah. Well, Steve Osusami, who works for ABC, I tried to tweet him and tried to explain what I was doing. I was like, "I'm putting together the My America book and I need your signature for it." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then I said, "Can I send a sticker for you to sign to you?" He's like, "Why do you need my address?" I'm like, "Because I need you to sign the sticker." And like, we had a conversation for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 replies. And he just couldn't figure out what I needed and why I needed it. And I was being very clear. And then eventually the conversation ended and it's like, okay, well, this isn't happening. So we'll stop. And then one time, I sent a Red Shandy's a couple times within a year, and I guess he noticed, and he signed my card, and he put, "Don't ever send to this address again," written in his handwriting.
I remember that too.
And I was like, "Uh-oh, okay."
Okay, we just got something brought up in chat. What about my favorite Voxer message I ever got from Zane Savage?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Harrison Ford.
Guess how much I sold that Ford for, by the way, my friends? Technically, because I sold it. Because I'm the seller guy now.
300, 400.
I made $5,000, my friend.
Holy crap!
You know why? I had a book signed. I had a book signed by a majority of the Star Wars cast from the first movie, and he was one of the last ones I needed. So I did a cut signature of it and put it in that book, and that book sold for $5,000.
Nice.
But yeah, dude, that was amazing, and that was one of the first ones where people figured out if you write to the wife, then you can get the actual signature from the guy. So certain people are like, oh, wait a second, there's a little loophole we can use here.
And it lasted for about 2 or 3 successes, and it was over.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it still works on people that hasn't been used on though. Like it's a good trick.
Like for like here with Ford, I think 2 or 3 people got lucky with it, then it stopped.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, dude, I want to get a T-shirt that's like it says "Flood it and kill it" and it has a picture of like an envelope or something.
Yeah, no doubt. That would be pretty brilliant.
That's what it was like back in the day. Like everybody was fighting for private addresses, and just like you just like flood it, and it's dead. Okay, where's the next one? Flood it, and it's dead. Yeah, that was an awesome return. I was very happy with that. But apparently he's been out and about doing a bunch of movies in the last few years, so he's been signing a little bit more than he used to.
Yeah, I've seen a few more pop up.
Oh, we got 5 viewers now. Welcome, 5 viewers. We're here talking about autographs or whatever you want to talk about in chat. Just go ahead and post something, and
I may go see your best friend Shatner at the end of September too.
Oh, really? Why would you want to see that, asshole?
They're doing a screening at the Paramount Theater here at Cedar Rapids. They're screening Star Trek 2, and then afterwards he's coming out to do a discussion and Q&A about it.
Oh, they're gonna wheel him out?
Probably.
Man, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and everyone who's watched this, everyone should know that Zane's the founder of the Anti-Shatner Society.
Yes, ASS. What's up, Mirza? How you doing, buddy? No video. Anyways, yeah, Shatner. I need a piece of his a uniform from the TV show to complete one of my fabric fobs. I've got a piece of Nimoy's uniform. I've got a piece of Bones' uniform. I've got my eye on Uhura. But I just need Shatner, and I can do like a 3-piece fob. So you can carry around 3 pieces of like screen-worn uniform from Star Trek.
Now, when you talk about a piece that you got, how big is the piece that usually when you purchase one?
They're usually 1 by 1 inch. Some of the cards have like 6 1 by 1 inch. Like it's a giant. It's like the full card is fabric. Those are the ones that I can make multiple fobs out of, obviously, and I sell for cheaper because I can get more fabric out of it. But usually it's a 1 by 1 inch. One of the best companies actually is this new company that's doing like the American Horror Story card sets, and I've never heard of it. It's called Behringer's or something. I forget the card company's name. But there's swatches. What you see on the front of the card is tiny, but behind that, I mean, it's like a full like 2 by 2 swatch. So you could actually do a 4-piece with a smaller swatch if you wanted to out of that. So I've been buying those because that's an awesome deal. It's kind of a waste of fabric if you ask me, but whatever.
Hello, greetings.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, so I'm fine. What about you?
Pretty good. Are you a troll?
No, why you ask?
We always have to ask, man. We have to ask. We get some trolly-oly-olies around here.
Yeah. That's what you could expect in Hangouts, though.
Yeah, no, dude, we're talking about autograph collecting or whatever anybody wants to talk about. We're an old podcast that's now defunct, but we got some of the old hosts back in. We're just kind of talking about what we've been doing the last few years and stuff. So where are you from?
Oh, cool. I'm from Holland.
Holland, cool.
Nice.
I don't think I know anybody from Holland, so you're the first. Do you get? Oh, and just like that, he's gone. Bye-bye, Mirza. it was nice talking to you. At least introducing ourselves. Anyways, what was I even talking about? All these people popping in are getting me off
fabrics on the trading cards.
Yeah, fabrics on the trading cards. So, like, here's one I'm about to do of Betty Davis. This is just one a piece of her regular clothing she wore, not from a movie, and so that's a little smaller than 1x1, but those fit nicely in the fobs. And then there's the giant. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say. So I'm assuming you take the cloth out of that card, right?
Yes, and that's another thing that sometimes hurts. Pulling the cloth out of something that there's only 25 that exist or something. Like, it's like, oh man. But
what I was going to say, would you make enough from selling it from what the value of that particular card would be?
Some I do as almost display pieces to get eyeballs into my shop. So maybe a Judy, like some of the higher end stuff like Elvis and Judy Garland, Lucille Ball, that stuff sells for a pretty solid amount every time. It's hard to find that cheap. And so I may only make $10 on it because you can't charge much. You can charge more, but you're less likely to sell it. Well, what it really does, sorry, man, I'm stuttering tonight. What it really does is bring eyeballs to your store. And that's the main thing. Because I get a lot of people coming in the store and like, oh, I liked this, but man, I see that, and I like that, and I like that, and I like that, and I like that. So those are kind of just eyeball catchers, the ones that don't have a very, very big profit margin. So
now, how do they? How do you have to be careful removing the cloth? Do they use like an adhesive to put it in there? How does that go?
It's like a sticker material, kind of trying to think of something to compare it to. It's like the sticky backing of a sticker, but there's no. It's just sticky adhesive basically, and they're all kind of different. Sometimes I even take the sticky adhesive off, and just use the fabric because it's too fat with the sticker part. A lot of the ones from Panini have the names on the back. So like this, I think these. Yeah, this is Panini. So when I tear this out, it'll actually have. Actually, I could show you. I'll just go ahead and show you. I got some over here. Give me a second. Okay.
So how have you been going, Stacy? It's been a long time since I heard from you.
Not too bad. Like I said, getting back into it for pretty hardcore again. So like I said, it was kind of nice. Kind of nice to start back over fresh again and not have much of anything in the collection. So basically, everything's new to you once again.
And I just wanted to ask you quickly before Zane starts, what made you decide to step back from collecting for a while?
It was kind of got burnt out and then kind of got big into. I got my big Blu-ray addiction going and my movie collection going again, and I was spending a ton of money on that. If you can see in the background, there's my Blu-ray collection is probably pushing 2,300 to 2,400 Blu-rays now.
That's crazy. Now here's the piece of the fabric I took from a Vanilla Ice card. Okay.
Word to your mother.
So yeah, here's actually, you know what? I'll focus in so you guys can see it. And it's actually kind of convenient because some of this fabric I don't use automatically. I hold to the side, and the way they actually do it makes it easy for me to know what's what. Not all of them are like this, but so here's the fabric right here. See that? Okay, and then on the back it says Vanilla Ice Black.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So it has the color of the fabric with Vanilla Ice, and that's on a lot of the Panini stuff. So it makes it easy for you. But I usually take that backing off because the thinner the fobs are, the sturdier they are. So I don't want anything falling apart. So, yep, that's kind of how those work. Do you guys think James Earl Jones ever had a secretary?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because he signed a lot of
stuff.
stuff.
Experience.
I mean, he signed a lot of stuff, man. Like after we like knocked out so many of these people that signed so much, and then figured out, oh wait, there's variations here that we didn't catch before, like Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder about the other mass signers, especially ones.
Most of his, I think, have been pretty consistent looking though.
Could it be a consistent secretary though?
Yeah.
Like, at what point does your like Debbie Reynolds had her secretary signature on her website, like as her logo. Like, that's how ingrained it was. And like, I know people are like, well, that was obviously her signature. It was on her website. That's what the people who wanted to believe pointed to. It's like, it's on her website, dude. My signature looks just like that signature. But like, every single in-person signature that's ever been posted on the internet is signed one way, and every TTM that has ever been posted has been signed another. So go ahead.
I was going to say, was she ever a signer through the mail? A real one?
I mean, maybe in the early days, like back in the 80s or 70s, I don't know. But like, I've never seen an authentic one from, unless it was a via venue something, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe her secretary wasn't there. I mean, there's that theory that, Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds had the same secretary. I don't know. I don't know how much I believe that, because like Carrie Fisher's signature was so sloppy through the mail, and Debbie Reynolds was almost spot on other than the end of it. So I don't know how much weight I put on that, but something to think about.
All right, the people that's signatures like completely changed over the years, like with Gary Sheffield. His signature when he was coming up, like when he was in the minor leagues and the rookie, was so bad compared to what his signature is now.
Yeah. I actually have a certified card signed by him and Dwight Gooden. Upper Deck put it out back in 1992.
Yep. So you got one of his really crappy handwriting signatures.
It was actually a pretty beautiful signature, if I remember right. Like,
because I know if you compare from back then to now, it's completely different.
Yeah, that happens, man. What are some other signatures that have totally changed? I'm trying to think. Terry Bradshaw, somebody said, is that one shaky now? I haven't got him recently.
I got him like probably 10 years ago. That's one time
so I wouldn't know what his new signature looks like. Let me go through some of my stuff and see if I can see some signatures that have changed. If you guys haven't checked out online on eBay, there's so many certified autos now through card sets that if you're looking to get some of these lower end people, it's almost cheaper to buy a card on eBay than it is to send a TTM, because you're guaranteed to get an authentic back that's certified by a company, and it's a couple bucks. So if you guys have always said, eBay is too expensive, you need to look on there these days, because some of the lower end people, you can get some pretty good signatures for like $2-3.
The Panini Americana, and
yep,
there's the Pop Centuries,
and some of these giant trading card outlets like what's that? Cause, I forget the name of it. Consignment something.
Yeah.
So if you buy, like, the first one you buy is like $3.50 shipping, and then everyone after that's 25 cents. So if a card is $1, then you're paying $1.25 for it after you buy the first card, and you could pile as many as you want on top of that for 25 cents shipping. So like, I've got some pretty decent stuff through those deals on eBay. So you TTMers out there, if you got some extra money lying around, you want to get some certs. Right now is a good time. Like I said, eBay's cheap right now. It's not good for sellers, but it's good for buyers. So might want to jump on there and check that out. Trying to see some that are... Go ahead.
I was going to say, what about Lyndon Carter? Isn't she well known for sending out secretaries?
Yep. I haven't even seen anybody get a response from her in a while, but she was one of the first ones that I saw debated on Star Tiger back in the day. And I don't even remember the variation. I think it's the curve in the L or the A, something like that. that threw it. I don't remember exactly. Do you?
Yeah, I can't remember either. I think you're right though.
Yeah, there was definitely a variation that caused discussion. Is pretty solid evidence. There's they're also remaking card series of like old TV shows and movies like Alien. So you can get some old Alien signatures for real cheap from like Alien versus Predator, Alien Resurrection, Alien 3. There's less from Alien and Aliens, but there's some. And those cards aren't that expensive at all. So if you're a fan of those series, I mean, like, and they don't sign TTM, might as well throw a couple bucks on eBay and get some certs. I'm just looking through some stuff, trying to find some variations.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of others too.
Actually, I should probably see. Anyways, anybody got anything else to talk about? Because I'm running dry here. I need some more water. I've already drank 3 bottles. Actually, never mind. I found one.
There you go.
Yeah, I've been cutting up these autograph books. How do you guys feel about that? Like autograph albums. Like I had one signed by, like I said, Judy Garland, Orson Welles. The Peter Lorre was in there. Some old timey stuff. Like, it was worth quite a bit of money. How do you feel about piecing that stuff out? Do you feel like that's sacrilege?
It would be tough for me, but then you see what some of that stuff will go for, so that takes some of the pain away.
Do you did I ever talk about those theater books I bought? I bought a bunch of theater books.
I think so.
Okay, so I bought a batch of theater books from a guy. I spent $4,000 on it. And it was like 20 books, and they were full of signatures from like 1950s to 1970s Broadway people. And Judy Garland was in there, and like Margaret Hamilton from Wizard of Oz, and like Vivian Lee from Gone with the Wind. Like there was a ton of signatures, and I sold those as books, and I only made $1,000 profit, which was a mistake. I think I should have pieced all that stuff out. Basil Rathbone, who was the Sherlock Holmes back in the day. I just bring that up because I ran into the skins just now going through some stuff. Yeah, I just pieced up. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I assume when you saw pictures of it and you were pretty confident in the authenticity.
Oh, yeah.
Change, drop, and something like that.
Well, there's people who are still alive that were signed in there, and there were several examples of their signatures, and they were spot on. So, like, unless somebody would like specifically go in there and add the big signatures, that would be the only case of forgery. Nobody's going to spend time forging somebody's signature that's still alive and has signed thousands of TTMs and get it perfectly right, So the only case of forgery there would be if somebody actually went in and put in the big signatures, but the big signatures matched up perfectly too. So Margaret Hamilton's easy to forge. So, I mean, technically that one could have been, but I mean, because it's basically just Margaret Hamilton written out in chicken scratch. But there was no evidence to show that. So some people just have signatures that are super like easy to forge if somebody wanted to, like Margaret Hamilton. What are some of those? What are some people that you guys get in TTM? It's like anybody could have made this.
There was one. It was basically just a circle. It was
Alan Dershowitz.
Yeah, I was just
I remember.
It was just a circle, and I was thinking anyone could have easily like that, and it could have been anybody. But I've seen some good autographs of him where it was a full out name, and others just the circle. And then there's a few celebrities who always will sign their initials, and I mean, a 5-year-old child could have done it.
Al Pacino.
Yep.
Vince McMahon. The V and an M.
Yep.
Trying to think some others. Yeah, they're out there, and like I just don't know how you almost have to buy from a source that is certified at that point. Like I will never buy it. Who would ever buy
a lot of those? I like them because I still buy quite a bit of stuff from Autograph World once in a while. You'll see a lot of those bad signatures on there because all in-person stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, like even like people who have nice signatures normally, like on Autograph World, they're just like burp burp, done, next, because they stand in line at the airport and it's like,
yep,
and that's why they don't have time to sign their full name. So I mean that doesn't count technically. I'm talking about like the normal signature. That's my daughter. I'm talking about the just normal signature of somebody. It's basically like a doctor signature. Let's see. Gordon Ramsay's another one that does auto pins. I don't know if we brought that up. It's rare to find an authentic from him. I'm gonna stop doing this. Okay. I'm just gonna get lost in my own.
One question I wanted to ask, and this is really to both of you, and it's good that you're both here. Of course, you two guys are the main force behind Autograph Weekly, and I was curious, why did you stop doing that?
It's a lot of time problems with work and stuff and obligations. And
scheduling was the biggest thing.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing, and it also started to become a little more work because we had to write scripts and the whole show, and then we had to do interview research and stuff like that. And then, really, dude. Okay, sorry. So yeah, you have to do research and stuff, which takes a lot of time. And if you have other obligations, then it's kind of hard to make time for that. So that's one of the main reasons.
Yeah, it's back in that time frame. My schedule at work was every week. It was fluctuating and changing. Now it's pretty set. I have at least Tuesday nights off all the time. Then if I get another night off, it's usually Sundays. But
yeah, it's more work than one night. I mean, you got to, like I said, you got to piece out who's going to do what, and we weren't making any money from it. And I mean, we were just doing it for a hobby. So
yeah, I was going to ask you, what made you decide to even start with it?
I always thought it was a good idea and a chance, like an excuse to interview celebrities. Like,
our whole. Zane and I's whole meeting just kind of happened. He commented on a YouTube video of mine way back in the day, and then we started talking that next day, and it just kind of led into, we talked for probably 2 or 3 months and just kind of came up with the idea to do it, and we just did it.
Well, there's so many scattered resources about autograph collecting on the internet, and we also thought it'd be nice to kind of focus in and bring people together to find those resources. And I've always wanted to cut down on the amount of fakes and forgeries in the hobby. And actually, in my business, I actually even tried to do that. Whenever I refused to, for a long time, up until the last 2 months, because I've been getting crunched by eBay, I refused to send out COAs from the Savage Library. I refused to do it because that basically says, okay, you have a piece of paper from not an authenticator, but a company, so therefore you should have confidence in a signature. And that's not a good idea to send out to somebody that is a collector. So on a moral stance, I said, I'm not going to send a COA unless it's a gift and they absolutely need something. I'll print some bullshit out. Well, now I've had to change that because I'm getting crunched, and I know I lost buyers because of that in the past. Even though I had a full return policy upon authentication, if like you sent in a PSA and it wasn't real, I'd send you a full refund and everything. But I had to change that policy because of the crunching of eBay. But yeah, I did that for years. I don't know.
Do you still put those stickers on the cover where you say like sold from the Savage Library or something?
Nope. People didn't like it. People asked me to take them off. I put the, signed copy, Savage Library signed copy, and I would get emails saying, hey, can you take that sticker off? So I'm like, I'm not even gonna, I'm done with putting the stickers on the books. I'm done. Just let them have the original books. I think collectors want as the least amount of things on the book and want it in kind of pristine condition. So I understand why. So I was using it as an advertising thing. So it's like, oh, it's a Savage Library signed copy. Let me check out the Savage Library thing. So it just didn't work out.
Did you get those printed online through like a company?
I hire there's a lady that makes like flyers and bookmarks for authors, and she does covers, and I had her design stuff. She designs all my leaflets and stuff that go in there too. Like, you bought books from me, right? So you know the little bookmarks that are in there that you can make notes on.
The notepad, and then the thing that looks like a postcard.
Yeah, that needs to be updated. I have thousands of those. I'm waiting to run out so I can make new ones. But yeah, the bookmark was my idea, and she developed it. Basically, people write in books, like they annotate notes in books a lot. So in a signed book, you don't want to do that. You'll ruin the collector's value. So this bookmark allows you to put the note and what page it's on the bookmark itself instead of in the book. So that was kind of my idea, and she did all the development and like did all the layout and design stuff work, and it worked out great. I still use those. I love those. So, and it's free advertisement.
I was going to ask you, what is the farthest away anyone ever bought a copy of your or any of your books from your eBay thing?
I mean, how far away is it? Like, what's the furthest away from the middle of America? I don't. China. I've had a bunch of people buy from China. I've sent everywhere. It's hard now because they have the global shipping program where like you just ship it to Kentucky and then they ship it to the person. So you may not even know what country the person's in. You just know you're shipping it to Kentucky. So half the time anymore, I don't even know what country they're in. I'm just shipping it to the Kentucky distribution plant. So makes it easy for me. We got 9 viewers, by the way. Let's check out chat. See what we got going here. We still only got 2 people talking in chat and 1 Stacy. Hardcore's in there.
Hardcore about Chauncey. I'm not sure. I know he moved. I don't know. I don't think his address is even on Star Tiger anymore, but I know a bunch of them are all out doing the anniversary tour, so they're all together doing that. But
looks like
hey, look, it's Andy.
Hey, you guys are still yapping?
Yeah, we had some people come in trying to troll us, but we shut that down with an iron fist.
Bunch of bastards.
Sorry, no, I don't mind a little trolling. Yeah, we're just kind of talking about what were we talking about? I'm getting.
Well, we're kind of all over the place. We were talking about how we even got started with the podcast, and then we started going some more of your book stuff and eBay stuff.
Andy, you sell on eBay?
Autograph stuff? Hell no.
Yeah.
No, I'm a hoarder.
You're that guy. So I guess you guys are proving me wrong, because when I talked with Michael in the last episode, like I was like, yeah, almost every autograph collector I know goes through the buying and selling spurt of collecting, and so far, Michael, Andy, and the other Michael do not go through that spurt. So I guess I'm totally wrong. So I take all that back.
Yeah,
some do though.
Funny, when I was watching that, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely not me.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess some of the people I know, like a majority of the people I know, but like there's definitely people that don't do that. I don't know. I guess because I'm a seller, I just naturally talk to those people.
Yeah. No, honestly, I'd never even thought about doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, you've never been hard up on money, but like Breaking Bad things sitting over there.
No, I just go out to that tree out back and I just start picking away. No, but I am definitely hooked on buying the stamps from eBay now, though.
Yeah. So how much of a deal do you get on that? How much cheaper are stamps on eBay?
They're $40 for a roll, but they always have the coupons.
Right.
So that always hits me up pretty good.
You
now
get
that, Mike, actually, the Godfather got me onto that.
Do you do Ebates also?
What?
Ebates?
No.
Oh, you should. You get 2% on top.
Yeah. I am.
Dude,
I'm seriously like the worst person at like technology or actually doing like looking up stuff.
Oh no, this is no looking up. Ebates is a little extension you put on, and you click activate, and it gives you 2% cash back on eBay.
Really?
Yeah, on top of your eBay bucks that you get.
Yeah.
And whatever coupon you're using. So that's 3. If you're using a coupon, that's 3 different discounts.
Wow. No, I'll definitely look into that one.
Yeah, dude. Ebates works on a lot of stuff too. I've got around almost $1,000 back from eBay in the last several years. So,
Sure.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I do a lot of I do a lot of buying and selling though. So I mean, like that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's a few things.
Yeah, a few things. Isn't Bobby Bonilla still getting paid a salary by a Major League Baseball team?
I think it's through. Is it through 2020 or 2021? He gets $1 million every. Is it April 1st?
July 4th.
July
1st.
When does that end?
I honestly thought it was 2032 was ringing a bell, but
man, oh man, how do I get a contract like that?
I don't get it.
I just read it because it just happened. Instead of paying $6 million, they ended up paying him like $86 million or something like that instead.
Gee, money.
Smart GM there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, oh man, that must have been the same GM that ran the Nets back a few years ago.
Sounds like a Padres GM to me.
I've been waiting for that.
What? The Padres are still a team?
Yep. Unfortunately.
What? I'll give you this. They're a pretty good AAA team, dude.
They did get bumped down, I believe, the whole team and all.
Yeah, the whole team is now AAA.
Just wait. 2 or 3 years from now, they're going to be good. Their farm system is loaded.
It's the Albuquerque Padres, man. They're pretty rocking. Their farm system, yeah. How many years have been saying that, Stacy? Well, we're in a rebuild. We're in a rebuild.
It actually is now. If you look at Baseball America rankings, they're in the top one.
Well, how's the management? Do you think they're going to trade them away for some modern, like some talent for now, and then those talent? Usually, what happens is they're like, "Oh, we'll trade our young guys. We'll get some good guys in here for if they think they can contend," and then those guys usually suck balls. Right? That's usually the sign of a bad GM. That's what the Nets did back they traded for Garnett and like all the Celtics guys, Paul Pierce, and they gave away like 3 or 4 years of first round picks.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. We benefited from that. All right.
Oh, are you a Nets fan?
No, he's a Boston.
Oh, I was gonna say. Oh no, yeah, you're good, dude. You're on the other end. You made out like a bandit.
Oh god,
like, yeah. That was a steal, man. You guys are gonna win a championship here in a few years.
Yo, they just wanted to put some butts in the seats out there because it was under new ownership.
Right. But you can't do insta championship or even like, didn't they make it to the playoffs and like get knocked out in the first round or something?
I forget that one.
Yeah, it was Garnett as a net. It's weird.
Yeah, actually, Pierce is actually signing up here in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, like doing a signing?
Yeah.
How much is he charging?
Actually, it's $79 and $99, I believe.
Really? I don't like Pierce. I don't know why. I know you guys like him up in Boston. He just kind of comes off like an asshole to me.
You know what? I've met him twice, and he's always been nice. And it was when he got drafted and Antoine Walker got drafted like a year apart. So there was going to be like the best, like 1-2. So I had a ball signed by both of them, and you know how that's worked out since.
Yeah. Antoine Walker, man, that thing's worth a ton.
Oh yeah, it's great. Pierce is up in the rafters, and Antoine's in a gutter teaching other people not to screw with their money.
If we keep this thing going on Autograph Weekly, we'll have to do a bet where if Andy loses, he has to do the Antoine Walker shuffle.
Oh. Oh, the wiggle. That's what
the wiggle, like the yeah.
Yeah, well, I shower myself with dollar bills.
Yeah. More like wipe your ass with them.
Yeah.
Antoine Walker, man.
Did you ever read that article? They were interviewing him when he was playing like the D League, like the minor league for basketball.
Right.
And he was living with like 4 other guys in like a 1-room apartment.
Really?
And they all rotated who slept on the couch and who actually got the bedroom.
That's crazy.
I think I got him TTM back then when he was playing that D League.
Oh, really?
It's the G League now, yo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gatorade League, man.
It was like in like like Idaho or something like that.
Hey, Iowa did have a team.
Nowhere.
Iowa had a G League team.
They did. I don't think they do anymore, but they did.
I love the G League one. Go ahead. What'd you say, Andy?
I said AC or Earl play on that team.
Nope. I don't know if they even had any Iowa, because I think it was called the Iowa Energy, and I don't think they even had any Iowa guys playing on that team. I don't think.
I really wish they would spread those teams out a little bit more. I guess they used to if they had one in Iowa, but it feels like most of the affiliate teams that are the G League teams are kind of close to the original teams. Like,
well, I think it was affiliated. It might have been affiliated with the Timberwolves.
Oh, it was for the Timberwolves. Yeah,
I think so.
Still, like I like it being stripped. Like I want one close to me. Like we don't have any basketball around here. They're in Memphis and Indianapolis, 5 hours away. Like I wouldn't mind having a G League teams I could go watch. Like I don't know. It seems like that league's actually doing pretty well. They have highlight reels and stuff, and it's doing a lot better than the minor leagues. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, what's that? The Baller League?
Yeah, the Baller Brand League.
Yeah.
Didn't like one of the kids like score like 58 points on his debut?
Yeah.
Would they do just like move out of the way and just like let them do layups all night or something?
Yeah, well, the score was like 170 to like 160 or something like that.
Gee, Manny.
Fuck, I could have scored 60 on them.
Oh, totally, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like an all-star game.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys, isn't the NBA, from what I understand, the hardest to get autographs TTM compared to all the other major sports? That always seemed to be to me.
Yeah.
Or am I wrong on that?
I would probably agree with that.
You know why though? It's because that's the least amount of guys, right? Like,
yeah, that's true.
Baseball has 9 guys on the field. Football has what? How many?
11.
11. This is 11. And then basketball is 5. So I mean, like I guess hockey has a lot more, and so there's fewer guys, bigger attitudes, make more money. All that goes into not signing, I would say.
I've always found the NBA guys to be a real pain in the ass. Tell you the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they have their routines, you know, they got their Instagram girls to take care of. So
Yep.
Well, you're down on the list, Andy. You're not hey, maybe post on Instagram a little bit more. You get to meet some more NBA players, man.
I haven't even got them on Instagram yet.
Well, there you go. That's why you aren't getting any NBA players. You get those text messages, hey, I'm at the hotel, Andy. Come on over.
Okay.
My pen is ready.
Looks like your own pad there, but okay.
My pen is ready. Hey, what's going on, Henry? Can Cleveland have Kyrie back? Kyrie's. I got bad news for Boston, by the way. Kyrie's going to New York.
Unfortunately, I see that happening already.
Didn't he have a deal done with one of his buddies that they were going to go to New York together? I forget who it was.
Butler.
Oh, yeah, that's who it was, Butler.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys went to the
topic on sports radio lately.
Yeah, he went to the Eastern Conference Finals without him, so.
Yeah, he sat on the bench. Then he didn't show up for Game 7 because he had his nose surgery. Really pissed off a lot of people around here.
So what's up with the Celtics and white guys? Got to be the guy to say it?
I'm not answering that one because
no, I mean I know it's coincidence, but it's just funny coincidence because Boston, you know, that you guys have that reputation, and it's like then I guess the management's just like loaded up white guys. Every other NBA team is like 1 or 2, and there's Boston that has like 3 or 4 like consistently.
Yeah, but none of them are like American though.
That's true, I guess. But yeah, that's true. I'm just joking around. I'm not actually serious about it. It's giving you hell about it because you live in Boston.
Yeah, yeah. Because our starting center is from Australia. We have another guy. I think he's from Greece. I forget who the other guy is.
Well, the Mavericks like foreign guys too. There's a bunch of white guys on the Mavericks. And actually, there's a lot of 3-point shooters now coming into the league from Europe. What's that new guy? Luka Doncic. I forget how to say his name, but he looks like he's going to be a stud. That Kevin Knox kid that New York got looks like he's going to be a stud too.
Yeah.
I'll stop talking about basketball. I know only me and Andy know about basketball. So.
There's no such thing as a non-3-point shot, though. If you watch the Celtics, it's 99% of their shots. That's all.
Well, that's every team, man.
Yeah.
It's every team. You got to do that to survive nowadays.
Yeah. There's no such thing as a 12-foot jump shot anymore.
Speaking of foreign players, is Dirk still signing through the mail?
Yeah. Yep.
You think those are legit?
Yes.
I heard hesitation.
No, because I was thinking about it. Was that what was that MTV show that they were pranking celebrities way back in the day?
Punked,
yeah. And they punked Dirk on one of them, and they had a little kid walk up to him in a restaurant, and he signed. The kid would walk up with like one item, signed it, then he would walk back and say, "Hey, can you sign like 2 more?" By the end of the show, he was signing like wiffle ball bats. And I remember it's coming to me. He signed a LeBron James shirt, and like 2 of his teammates were sitting with him. And like, you realize you just signed a LeBron shirt, right? He goes, "I sign everything."
Nice.
So I'm assuming that is him.
When Jason Kidd was with them, like that was like that was the best signing team in the league because you get Kidd and Dirk.
Yep.
Kidd was a great signer too.
Remember Sean Bradley, I think, was on there too, a great signer.
Oh yeah, the great Sean Bradley of Space Jam fame. Oh. Henry, you're a big TTMer. You get anything in lately? I'm talking to the chat. Henry is in chat. Yeah, I guess they're going to make a Space Jam 2, or they were going to with Blake Griffin, and then he started to suck. So LeBron's got this production team now in Los Angeles. So I'm thinking if it gets done, it's going to be him.
He's going to do a House Party reboot too.
No, he is.
Oh, is he really?
Yep.
I don't know. I think people are taking his performance in Trainwreck a little too seriously.
Let's see how Uncle Drew does first.
Dude, I loved Uncle Drew, man. Did you not go see it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, so the main character is very weak. It's basically an Anthony Anderson ripoff, the guy from Blackish.
Yeah.
But the basketball players are Chris Webber is probably the funniest guy in the movie. Yeah. It's definitely a go rent it when it comes out on you don't rent things now. What do? You watch it on like iTunes or
digitally.
Stream it, yeah.
Yeah, the movie did pretty good box office wise because it didn't cost anybody to make. So
yeah, Kyrie's acting was a little but like I said, it was a good movie. Like it's a comedy. It was hilarious. I really enjoyed it. I took my wife; she enjoyed it. So,
no, I just like his little the commercials or the spots that he kind of posts up on everyone and just schools everyone for about 4 minutes, and I'm good after that.
Did you see the commercial he did where he had it was a shoe commercial, I think, and he said something about the globe and he spun around a flat Earth?
No. Okay, yeah, that's the only thing that he is a complete whack job about. I'm sorry.
I don't know if he's serious about it.
I think he's dead serious.
I don't know if he is. I know there's a large population, not a large, but a healthy population out there that believe that. But if you listen to the original audio, I don't know. If I'm just going by the original audio of him on that podcast, it's a little iffy. Because I think he's a dry humor guy. The awkward humor, kind of dry, British kind of style. House Party 17, yeah. For real. Yeah. Do you think LeBron will retire in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
I tend to think so.
He's got a lot of mileage on those legs.
Yeah.
I mean, how long has he already been playing? I mean, 16 years?
2003 was his rookie year. Yeah, 15. Yeah.
Especially if his production stuff starts to take off and he starts producing movies, and I think he's just going to stay out there.
You don't think he's going to like? Yeah. You don't think he's going back to Cleveland for a third time? It's Cleveland, man. It's a great city.
I could just imagine. You ever seen his house out there? I mean, for anyone to spend, say, $25 million on a house in Cleveland, I think must be the size of the state.
Yeah, you just own like Southern Ohio. At that point, it's like it's yours. You're the mayor now. Congratulations.
Yeah. And now he can buy one.
He can turn into my house.
He can buy one of his bedrooms for $25 million in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's got a tiny little studio apartment. He's like, I can't even fit 15 of my Instagram hoes in here, man. Yeah. I need at least 30.
He bought some. I can't remember. He bought somebody's house or some celebrity's place. I can't remember who it was now.
Well, yeah, that's how they do it, right? They just keep flipping. The celebrities flip their houses to other celebrities. That's like one celebrity will have it, and then their fame will go down, and they'll be like, "Oh shit, I can't afford this anymore."
Well, that's
sell it to one on the way up.
That's with Gretzky. He's back in his He's back living in his original mansion he owned back in his playing days when he was in LA.
Is that the Dykstra house?
Yep.
God, yeah, he's talking about a freaking train wreck of a guy right now.
Yeah, he ended up buying that back, and that's where he's at now.
Is it just me, or does Gretzky look weird in his face? Something weird about that? Think he's got Botox done? Anybody seen Gretzky? It looks a little angelic or something, like a little too smooth for how old he is, and I mean, he was a hockey player for like 20 years, so like I don't know. I watched the ESPN 30 for 30 on him. I think it was a 30 for 30, and I was just like, man, he looks weird. Like if I saw him in the street, like I didn't know who he was, I'd be like, don't go near that weirdo. Like
a lot of people are reporting getting him back lately.
Yeah, we were talking about
that. Oh, really? What are you guys thinking?
They look legit. I sent one, I think, 2 weeks ago to that LA house, so I'll see what happens.
Because I got them way back in the day, and they definitely were auto pens because they both were identical. But I just got his brother back the other day.
Oh, Bob Gretzky?
Yeah, Keith or Brett. I forget which one it was.
Nice.
So do they play hockey too, or are they just his brother?
It only took a year and a half for him, but
Jesus.
Dude, hey, here's what you do. If that address dries up, you send one to his brother of the brother and Wayne together.
It is. It was all three brothers on one card.
Oh, and he just signed his own?
Yeah.
Ah, man, it was worth a shot. I was on a card though.
Yeah.
See, you need to go above and beyond. You need an 8x10 photo and make it like look like you really put effort into it. And like put in the letter, like, man, yeah, one day I'm gonna get this, like my dream is to get this signed by everybody. But you're the first, my friend. You're the first I'm sending it to. And then that guy's gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna make Andy's dream come true tonight.
Yeah, wishful thinking on that one.
Hey, it worked for Harrison Ford for me.
Did you? You know what? I actually gave him a whirl about 2 or 3 months ago.
Did you write to Callista?
No.
Yeah, well, you messed up.
Yeah. That's how Zane got his.
I wrote to Callista and I said,
sign?
I don't think so.
I wrote to Callista and I was like, you guys, your relationship, I mean, it means a lot. Like me and my wife, we really, and we can see the love in your eyes, and we really love it. And I'd love it if you signed this photo. I know Harrison's busy, so you don't have to have him sign it. But we'd really appreciate if you signed this photo for us. And it came back with both, and I was like, "Booyah!"
And the best part of that's back when Zane was single.
yeah, it probably. Well, yeah, it probably was. Yeah. Hey. Like you've never lied in a TTM, my friend.
When I roll over and I talk to my pillow and call it Callista.
Let me tell you the story of a man who lied about a TTM and lived to regret it. Not me. definitely not me. But apparently,
you sure?
Yeah, it's definitely not me. It was in the newspaper somewhere. Somebody posted the article in Star Tiger. It might have been Star Archive back when I saw it. But so this guy writes TTM to the guy that does the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants. And he says that he's a little boy who has cancer.
Yeah.
And he would love to have SpongeBob's autograph. And Tom Kenny, who plays SpongeBob, is like, oh my God, this guy has cancer. He's writing for me just an autograph. Screw that. I'm getting on a plane and I'm going to go meet this kid. So he gets on a plane, goes to the address, the self-addressed stamped envelope is going to, opens the door, and out steps big, fat, 35-year-old man. And is like, who are you? I'm Tom Kenny. I'm here for little Charlie who has cancer. And the guy's like, I'm sorry, man. I wrote that letter. I was just trying to get an autograph. And like Tom Kenny, I guess he told the newspaper about it, and they wrote this article up about it. But man, oh man, can you imagine like the embarrassment of like sitting there like, oh yeah, I faked a cancer kid on a letter, and now you're standing in front of me. I'm an asshole. I'm like the biggest asshole in the world. So
yeah, he would have been better off just lying and said, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Just close the door.
Yeah. I know, right? But I mean, I don't know. Somebody stupid enough to put freaking cancer in their letter that's not true is like, that's scumbag material right there already. So
yeah, cancer's pushing it. I mean, like,
yeah, I mean, if it's legit, but like, man, oh man, like you're getting an autograph here. You're not trying to, conquer the world.
Yeah,
just an autograph. Be polite. Be as sincere as you can.
Yeah.
I know Stacy, for instance, has been sincere on all 1,500 of his letters this year.
Hey, it's not quite to 1,500 yet.
Your
1,300.
Your form letter printer is getting a little out of ink. You might want to your
they're printing out the first probably 500 I hand wrote, and I'm just like, oh my God, I gotta buy a new printer because this is getting old fast.
Yep.
I actually caved the other day and did about 10 letters printed.
Oh really?
Yeah, I always handwrite for years and years,
dude.
And I had a letter that I went a year of just doing printed letters to see how it worked out. Granted, that was probably the most I ever sent out in a year.
Right.
But I'm, right now I'm like 99% handwriting.
We should do like if we do this more often, we should do a little test because we've always talked about handwritten versus form letter, and assign team hand letter and team handwritten and team form letter, and send to the exact same people with a generic guideline of what to say, like not anything out. Like if you have a secret thing you put in your letters, leave that out. Just a generic fan letter, and see who can get which one succeeds more. Because I'm willing to bet the handwriting succeeds more. But if you send in mass, does it matter?
I nominate Andy for team handwritten.
Oh, I'll do that. Yes.
Yeah, and I would probably be team handwritten too. And maybe if Bloodspawn jumped back on, he would definitely be team form letter. Yeah. Stacy could be team form letter.
Well, we're actually doing it. Card Cutter.
Yeah.
So we're doing a little thing with him. I mean, he's still away overseas, and I gave him the OJ address I came across. And he's been promoting lately. Well, before that, people were calling him out because he uses a military base address that he's part of. So he is actually sending the OJ now. I sent to him probably 6 weeks ago, and I haven't heard back from him.
Right.
So I'm like, you got to try it and use your base address, see if he'll sign for that. So we're kind of doing a little test on that one right now.
Shit, I didn't even think about that. I need.
Oh, you would freak it. You should go on. Are you on Instagram, Zane?
No.
Okay. You should see some of the. He gets some of the craziest responses back.
He's got Brady a couple of times.
Yeah, he's gotten Brady. He's got Favre. He's gotten crazy people back.
That's nuts. I didn't even think about that.
You know what? he says, he goes, you know what? I'm part of the military. Screw it. I'm using the address. You can hate me or not, but I'm using it.
Totally, man.
Which I would. Why not?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Now, are the bases that are stationed in the United States, are those what are those? It's not A, it's A something. What, AO? Are those AO addresses?
I think so.
Yeah.
So, like, even if you're like in Seattle or whatever,
AOB, AB,
I forget the initials.
Yeah,
but it's the special one where you need the customs form along with it to send to a military base. But do you need that if it's still in this, like, just like a regular base in like Texas? Because that would be very handy if somebody just lived on a base in Texas and they could just use the military address. I don't know if that's maybe that may be out of the country. AO, I think it's AO.
Yeah,
APO. I think
APO.
Kennedy just posted. Yeah,
it's APO. You're right. APO. Never thought about that. That's a huge advantage. Wow.
Oh God, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you would say wow a lot if you ever looked at his Instagram feed and see the stuff he gets back.
Man.
And he gets a ton of like game use stuff back too. He gets a lot of crazy stuff back. There's stuff that you would never think that you could get.
Oh yeah, he requests like game use cleats a lot, and he gets them back like probably a good portion of the amount of time. So
is he a seller? Or is he fully like a full collector?
He'll trade. He's a big trader. I don't think a seller though, right?
I don't think so.
Man.
He's super big into buying getting rookie cards signed. He buys like crazy rookie cards of like NFL Hall of Famers and MLB Hall of Famers, and that's kind of the big thing. Then he gets them slabbed and authenticated too.
Man, that's crazy. What other advantages can people have when writing? I know I've heard of people like using like children's handwriting, but still being truthful. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I can see that.
I've seen like forum posts like, "Oh, how'd you get this person?" "Oh, well, I just wrote it very sloppily." It's like, oh, I don't know the ethics there, man. Like, I guess technically you're not saying anything, but like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I can just imagine the form letters. Hey, I can't write because my hands are amputated. That's why I'm typing right
now. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
You know, I was tempted to use that, but like my handwriting's terrible because I only have 2 fingers. This is why I have to type.
Well, the thing is, what would be the best thing you could get like sympathy for that's true? But or even like not, they would assume something that's not true, but you didn't say it.
Well, apparently we have to all contract cancer to like put that in that letter.
Right, that's the obvious one.
That's the obvious.
But but you would have to say that in the letter for that to be. I'm thinking of just ways of like that people use to get sympathy or like a higher response rate without actually saying something.
You mean like implying it without actually saying it?
Yeah, like the handwriting thing. Like there's tricks. Everybody has tricks that they've used like over the years, and I was just curious if you guys had heard of any or used any. Just like
I don't think I really have. I mean, since I started doing form letters, they're almost all the freaking same.
Have you ever spelled somebody's name wrong on one?
I don't think I've done that. I've sent wrong pictures to people before. I just did that recently with Steve Atwater.
Oh man!
Because I was writing to Steve Atwater and Dennis Smith at the same time, and I flip-flopped their pictures.
Rookie.
And he brought me back. He's like, "Oh, just letting you know, these are Dennis Smith in the picture."
Freaking Felicia Day made a whole Twitter post when I did.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
She's like, "This is not me." I'm like, "Well, it looks like you." It's like, it really looks like you. She's like, "My boobs aren't that big." I'm like, "Well, maybe I don't know."
Did you ever find out who it was?
No. Probably should. Because I have to get a divorce and go marry whoever it was.
Yeah, it's Mary who works down at the food mart.
Yeah, exactly.
Something.
Exactly. I always thought that'd be a cool job, is taking like stock photos. Just like going around with a camera, taking pictures of random stuff and then selling the license to the photos. It's a weird job. Seems easy, but there's got to be an art to it.
I know. I'm trying to really think about that trick thing. Like, what else could you really do?
Yeah, I mean, I almost want to open it up to the community. So if you guys are watching here later on, go ahead and post in chat if you've heard of anything, or if you've done anything and you want to punt it off on somebody. Like, oh no, I heard somebody did this.
Hardcore in chat.
Like, right? If you really want someone, put the return address as 1600 Pennsylvania Ave.
One of the tricks that I have done is not put a return address, but put their address as the return address, so you can't get a return to sender. Have you ever done that?
No.
It works sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, on the people that actually return to sender stuff.
Yeah.
Like if they're actually paying attention and not just like going through their mail, like stamping everything or having somebody else do it, you can't return it to sender if it doesn't have a return to sender.
I know back in when Prime was doing stuff a lot, he always used to draw. He used to draw on his envelopes and draw sketches, and he would He would send out because he used to send out Laserdisc covers to get signed. And he'd have that big space, and he'd be drawing stuff on there. And
I've done. I put a smiley face because I handwrite all my envelopes, so I put a smiley face next to the return address.
Oh,
Robert in chat
stand out a little.
Hardcore is like, I'm gonna write Snoop Dogg and say I got glaucoma.
Yeah, just write Snoop Dogg and just like rub the envelope in like weed, before you send it.
No, put rolling papers inside. Open me.
No, build an envelope made out of rolling papers.
You got Tommy Chong to sign some, didn't you?
I got Tommy Chong signed rolling paper. Yeah.
Seriously, Tommy Chong?
Yeah,
Tommy Chong.
Oh,
who did he say?
He thought I said Tommy John.
Yeah, I'm like, I understand he had a surgery, but is that?
Yeah, dude. No, Tommy Chong. You never smoked that Tommy Chong surgery?
Yeah, okay.
Stuff, man. It's so strong. You won't think you like, man, my arm's broken. Like he's so strong. You're like, oh man, my arm doesn't work no more.
I never went to college. I don't know what you're talking about. No.
Hey, Andy broke a code a few weeks ago when he got Fred Lynn to sign something besides an index card.
I did that too.
How did you do it? Yes.
I said, I know that you only sign index cards because you're afraid of people selling. And I said, I call them out. I don't give a shit. I was like, I know you do this. And I said, but I'm collecting a set right now. And I know you're afraid people will sell your stuff. So please personalize it to me. And here's, to Zane. And I sent it. And he signed it and put to Zane on there. Signed the card. How'd you do it?
I donated to a charity that he's a huge fan of.
Oh, I got mine for free.
I went to his website and it was like things that he's affiliated with.
Right.
So I wrote to him. It's called the Face Foundation. It supports like humanity for dogs and cats and stuff.
Right.
So I wrote it out, the envelope to him, care of the Face Foundation, and I actually threw a money order in to the foundation. And that's how he signed that.
Does Joe Morgan have any foundations?
But you know what's the sad part? Fred Lynn, back in like the early 90s, used to do shows here all the time. And it was like $5 for any, like, unlimited what you wanted.
Right.
So I probably have like 30 Fred Lynn cards here just laying around.
You just needed one more.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I decided to get that set later on. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've seen Joe Morgan's successes. I don't know how they got them, because every time I've tried, I got the index card.
Yeah, might have to try him. But I do have one out right now for George Brett. He's a big PETA supporter.
Right.
Yeah. So I sent the.
Oh man, you had to donate to PETA.
Yeah, I know.
I had to bite the bullet on that one, huh?
Yeah, I need him for my set. So I got 4 cards left in the set, and he's the 4th one. So
is that your upper deck set you're working on?
It is the upper deck set. Yeah.
I was just going to ask you about that.
Which year?
91.
Oh, cool.
I started that back in 91 and just kept sending them out. And all of a sudden I realized, hey, I got like 500 of these cards.
That's awesome.
I got to work off of that. But yeah, down to 4. And he's one of the loose. And he's actually not a lot of certified, like the 91 upper deck PSAs out there. Because I'd rather just buy that one like that.
Man, I bet you get some good pub if you get that set finished, though.
Oh, I'd love that.
There's probably not a lot of that out there.
Are there some deceased people that like died in like 93 or 94 that are hard?
Yeah, or Steve Olin died right after that. Eric Shaw is dead. I mean,
Tim Crews.
Tim Crews, yeah.
So who do you have left?
Calderon is dead out of that, and Dave Henderson just died a year ago.
Yeah, so who do you have left?
Dan Quisenberry.
Dan Quisenberry. No, he's not in that. I don't think so.
Henry says, "Please eat the animals."
No, but I do need the Eric Shaw, whichever. There's one Barry Bonds, and surprisingly, there's a Chris Sabo I don't have yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's super hit and miss TGM. It's like
he's been all miss for me.
To him, and you know what is? I got him back one time, the card that I needed, and he personalized it. So I went online, watched the video how to get rid of the certification. Yeah, the card is completely white right now because I smudged out I totally destroyed the card.
That's a glossy. That you probably watched a tutorial on a glossy and then did it on a non-glossy.
I used Q-tip and rubbing alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's way too strong, man.
Oh God.
Okay. So
a big white spot on it now, so I'm not even counting that towards it.
So if you want to do that, if it's not glossy, it's going to be tough. It's probably impossible. But you can use some body sprays. They have a lower content of alcohol and tend to corrode less on the photo. Yeah. So
try the dry erase method. Someone was saying.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can do that.
That's the next one, but seriously, I keep sending it to him, but I never hear back from him.
You should take some like scrub cards and just like try some different shit just to figure out what would work.
Of course, my first time trying to do it, I used on a card that I really needed. I'm a genius.
So I mean, how great is that? How great is that going to be? The last card that you're going to need for that set is going to be a Padres card. I'm thinking he was probably still with San Diego at the time.
Yeah, I think he is actually.
1991, man. Is that Upper Deck 89 set still worth like a shit ton of money, or has it come
the
down?
One card, the one card is if
card number 1.
The Griffey.
Yeah,
if you get a grade and then you get a good grade on it, but
it used to be worth like 125, like ungraded. I know it's not that anymore.
Well, I mean, if you got a 10 grade, it'd probably. That'd probably still bring thousands, probably.
Really?
Yeah, because they just don't. It's hard. Some of those. I mean, it's hard. I bet there's not very many 10s of that card out there.
You see what's on display at the National coming up for the 52 mantle is being on.
Yeah,
display.
I just saw that somewhere. Yeah,
they're saying $12 million for that card.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
They're saying there's only 3 Gem Mint 10s out there, which I think is insane for that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine a Gem Mint 10 surviving unless it was in pack and got lucky.
Or stuck in a book or something.
Yeah, well, even that. I mean, like the chances of being cut right. I mean, that alone is so low, and then it being. I mean, like you said, the 89 Griffey was made in 89, and a Gem Mint goes for. I guess you said like 1,000 or something. Like,
I'll look it up. I bet they're.
I I don't know how something like that could survive. I deal with books all the time, and every old book has wear. I've never seen a pristine old book.
What's the worst one you ever bought that was in the worst shape?
Oh, I got like 7 Stephen Hawking books over here. That's why.
No, I sold. Well, don't get me started about that.
I know. I watched it. That's
that's right. Okay, yeah. So the worst book, probably a book signed by Sarah Hale, who wrote "Mary Had a Little Lamb." It was her private copy of a book, and she got it from a representative in the United States. He was in Congress, and he was one of the first representatives from his area. So he was representative in the 1700s. So this book was from the 1700s. This representative owned it, and then it got passed down to Sarah Hale, who wrote "Mary Had a Little Lamb," and then I found it. I bought it for $25.
Get out.
Nope. I'm awesome. Sorry.
Toot toot.
But I actually tore the Sarah Hale signature out of it as much as it pained me to do, because it just is a weird piece. Nobody appreciated the historical value of it, and the Sarah Hale autograph alone could sell for like $300-400. So I did that, and I got a matte piece right now listed with that. And then I got the book. I still got the book, so I kind of want to keep the book for myself since it's kind of a historical. This is owned by like one of the first congressmen in the United States, so I still have that in my private collection.
How close did you ever finish the My America book? Or
I had to sell it. I'm sorry, I had to sell it. I'll find my face here.
Did you finish it though?
I was 2 away.
2, okay.
I know, and they were easy. Like one was easy, one was I'm hiding because I'm shameful. So here's how.
Who were the two? Who are the two?
The goddamn president of MGM back in the 90s. He just ignores everything. I sent like 7 or 8 different letters. He probably thinks I'm a stalker. Because like who's writing the president of MGM from the 90s? Like nobody. So, and I couldn't, there's no autographs. I'm still hiding because this is embarrassing. So he was one, and there's no autographs of him ever. Like I found interviews, a couple interviews, but no autographs. And then the other was a school teacher from New York. She was just a regular school teacher. So it's like
when you say a school teacher from New York, I think it was what, Young Guns 2? When the pawn keeps someone out of the trap thing. He's like, I'm just a school teacher from New York.
Well, she is. There's a few people in that book that weren't famous. There's like one that was just there because he was an immigrant. But I found their addresses through the white pages and stuff, and but this one was impossible to track down. I added her ass on Facebook, and then she never responded. Like, I was just like, come on, man. Really? These are the two? I have 150 signatures, and these are the two. Like, the MGM guy who's like 90 years old, whose son was a producer. I even wrote to his son, I think, and I never heard anything back. I'm pretty sure that family thinks I'm a stalker. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. They're like, this guy keeps writing us for our autograph, and he won't stop. Just throw everything away that he sends. And I even tried writing under like different monikers because I was like, well, I don't want him to think it's the same guy. So like I used
one day it's just gonna show up in your mailbox.
Yeah, a cease and desist letter is gonna show up in my mailbox. So yeah, those are the two.
You never give up. Like, look what Andy, 16 years for Dale Murphy.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
Dude, he does it to everybody. Mine wasn't 16 years. Mine was like 8. But yeah, that 16's crazy. But he always does that. He's a blue baller, man.
Yeah, it's always good when like my parents like, oh, hey, you got mail sent to the house. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so old.
I was gonna say, out of all the ones you did get for the My America, what was the hardest one that you did get? That for
Stanley Prusner. He was the guy that discovered prions, and I think he won a Nobel. He hates signing autographs, and I wrote to him multiple times, nothing. And then I saw he wrote a new book. I was like, got him. So I bought his new book and I sent it to him and I cut the signature out.
Nice.
But Trump was in that. Harrison Schmidt, the astronaut, was in that. His autograph goes for.
Did you have to buy Schmidt or did you get him TTM?
I got him TTM.
Rudder's in chat.
I got Schmidt TTM 3 times. Don't hate me.
I'm actually surprised how much astronauts are.
Hey, guess what? Astronauts. The key to the astronauts is their pride. Like they don't like sign. Lovell
signs all the time.
Well, he must be going through like Alzheimer's or something because, like, he used to never sign photos. He used to only sign his book, and now he's starting to sign all these photos. I don't know what's going on with that. It's driving down my market. I don't like it.
Because he knows he's getting to the end here, so he's like,
maybe. I mean, but he's flooding the market and driving down prices, man. He used to be a solid 50, and now he's like a 35. Anyways, I didn't sell it. Go ahead.
I was going to say, was your Trump a TTM? And what do you think about the authenticity of his autographs?
I was going to say that same asset too.
Oh, the TTM autographs are fake. I mean, I think that one's pretty obvious. I think every once in a while somebody got one in that like kind of matched his original stuff, but definitely the flatter signatures, the ones that are kind of spelled out and not very tall, are definitely secretarial. His signature tends to be very high, and then kind of goes down low, then high, then down low, then high. And some of his, he only signs Trump on some of his stuff. Like he did a signed limited edition book with Premier Collectibles. I don't know if you guys ever check out Premier Collectibles. You ever heard of it?
I saw the book.
$25 when he was running for a signed limited edition Donald Trump book. I bought 8 of them. I should have bought a lot more, obviously, but I sold them. Nobody thought he was going to freaking win. So I sold whenever he was in the main race with Hillary, I sold them for like 200 a piece or something. And then after that, they went to like 400 after he got elected. I was like, oh man, there goes more money out of my pocket that I could easily had.
Yeah, it's a roll of the dice though, if he was going to win or not.
That's true. I mean, no, the odds were all against him. So, I mean, I technically made a smart move, but
I mean, if he lost, then where they go down to what, 50?
He's still a celebrity, so I still probably would have came out okay. Like he's still Donald Trump. So, and if he would have lost, he would have made probably a news network like Fox News, and he probably would have been like an Alex Jones type, like leader. So, there's still an Alex Jones. I don't know if you know who Alex Jones is. Do you guys know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's a very big market for his signature. He doesn't sell any signed stuff that I know of. He does some charity stuff every once in a while, which surprises me. But his signature goes for like $80 because he's like kind of like almost a cult leader, kind of like, so people love that stuff. Sorry if you're an Alex Jones, I'm not calling you a cult member. I'm just saying like that's the people that drive that kind of audience tend to be draw more of a profit. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Trump is those were definitely secretarial.
You think what do you think about the ones that may have been pre-Apprentice days before the Apprentice came around?
See, now I've seen signatures from, that's the thing though, I've seen signatures from like the early 90s, and they were the tall signatures, the in persons that were done at book signings for the tall signatures. And I think he's a secretary for most of that. I've seen the tall signatures come back TTM. I think he had some small photos he sent out at one time that might have been legit because they had some of the tall signatures, but definitely the ones that are spelled out that don't have any tall letters in them whatsoever. It's kind of flat. Yeah, those are all garbage.
Do you think there's any presidents that anyone can get TTM that might be real?
Yeah, W. Bush.
Ones?
I mean, I don't know. W probably would sign a book if you sent it to him.
Jimmy Carter.
Obama's writing. Jimmy. Yeah, there you go, Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
Obama's writing a book right now, and if he does what pretty much every other president's done since like HW, he'll sign through the mail. Even Clinton signed through the mail after his presidency. He signed book plates.
Yeah.
He stopped a few years ago, but you know, you can always get them once they write a book. The book is the key. The book is the key to getting TTMs, my friends. If there's somebody that's iffy and they got a book, send the book to them, tell them how good the book is, and you're probably going to get signed. And you can rip the signature out and do whatever you want with it.
Now, one question I want to ask you guys, and what's your opinion? There's some people who will write to serial killers and mafia dons in prison. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I'm all for it. I mean, it's pieces of history, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I'd love to have a Manson signature. I thought about writing to him, but then I was a little creeped out by it. I was like, oh, man, he's gonna have my address.
I just ordered photos for Whitey Bulger too, and I'm like, do I really want to send those or not?
Yeah.
He bought it when he first got arrested. Like 2 or 3 months, he bought a signed prison letter from Whitey, and he framed it up really nice. He has it hanging up there, but it's just it's a talkative piece.
Yeah,
so it is.
It's pieces of history. It's what it is. I mean, like, there's people that were terrible people in the 1800s and 1700s. That, I mean, Hitler's one. I mean, if you have a Hitler signature, you have a lot of money on your hands, man. And that's the collector's piece. And he was about as bad as they get. So, I mean, I understand, especially monetarily writing to them. Now, here's the question: what do you write to them?
I know that's the
question.
No, I got a refusal letter from Manson. Probably 10 years ago I sent to him, and it got refused.
Yeah, I know he had a lot of. You almost have to have an N with him, or like make it. You should have drawn on the letter or something. He might have actually opened it up.
Plus, don't send a SACE with the letter, because
they get that's
you can't send stamps to them.
Right, because it's contraband.
Yeah, because buddy of mine works in the prison. He goes, they put like acid underneath the stamps, and they lick it, and that's how they kind of, you basically send it up. They think they're sending them drugs, is what it is.
Right.
But no,
go ahead.
I have a nice picture. I have the Goodfellas CD DVD by Henry Hill before he died.
Signed?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Different. I mean, he is part. I mean, I like sending like DVDs to guys that like movies are made about them.
I think I got him back a long time ago too.
Yeah, buddy of mine requested a portrait or a drawing from him, because he went into painting a lot, and he got a nice signed picture of him, of a drawing of like a rat shooting someone.
Troy just brought up Peter Robbins. Actually, I just got him back. He was the voice of Charlie Brown that got.
Oh, he got arrested, isn't he?
Yep. Yeah.
I had speaking of mental cases, I wrote to Jimmy Pearsall, who for whatever reason is also a 50-50 case. The movie Fear Strikes Out is about him, starring Anthony Perkins, and I sent him the DVD. And he signed the actual DVD instead of the cover, which I was like, So I sent back to him, and he refused to sign the second time. It basically just like, well, take the disc. I've already signed it, and it was bubbled because it was the weird texture on the disc. I was just like, oh man, like I love this movie. Like, it's a really good movie, baseball movie. If you've never seen Fear Strikes Out, you should go see it. Basically, Jimmy Pearsall loses his mind. He died recently, by the way. Yeah. But his signature is not worth much, but I thought that was a cool little item to get signed on. And also, another thing I thought of just a second ago, Chuck Bednarik, who I think has also passed away. He used to be a really good signer.
Yeah.
One time, when I collected when I was a kid, my dad wrote to him. And my dad wanted him to sign like a index card or a photo or something. And he refused, but he refused in the best way possible. He wrote a full page of why he wasn't going to sign what my dad sent him, like all in handwriting and everything, and then signed it at the bottom. And like
what
my dad
wanted,
he wanted to charge, and he started like I think he listed his prices and stuff. I still have it somewhere actually.
Yeah, I just got that. I just got that back. I got something like that from Paul Warfield just like recently too. So I sent him he charges the fee. So he wrote me a letter telling me about his fee, and then he signs the bottom of the letter.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, that works.
That works for me.
Well, it's like I sent to Charles Van Doren from the Quiz Show movie.
Oh yeah.
And I sent him the DVD, and he wrote back and he says, "I hate this movie," and signed the index card.
Oh.
And I'm like, all right, so I can just put this right in the sleeve and say, okay, there we go, we're good.
Here's another trick. If somebody doesn't sign, if somebody charges, and they do their own mail, they don't have somebody doing their mail.
Oh, I better have an idea what you're gonna say.
So I don't know. I've never talked about this one. We'll see. So whenever you put the return your SACE in there, you don't put a return address on the SACE. So whenever they send the price list back, every once in a while they'll sign their name with the address in the corner of the SACE, and then you can get their signature that way. I've got a few that way.
Couple ideas that are similar, and this was more back in the day. Number one, when you used to send a check and you used to be able to get it back at the bank, which you really hardly do anymore.
Yeah,
sometimes
that's old school.
Somebody would sign the back of the check, or you would send a letter to them certified with the green card they would have to sign to get it back.
Right.
And sometimes you would be able to get an autograph that way too.
Yep. That's old school. People used to do that with Babe Ruth. They'd write him like $1 checks to get the signature back. Yep. Smart.
All the many tricks out there.
There are, man. I mean, and if you know all the tricks, then you can become pretty proficient at, TTMing.
What is everybody's experience with writing to TTMs outside of the country?
Biggest question is it worth it? Because some of those people you can buy and possibly spend less buying it.
I used to do it quite a bit, but since I came back, I haven't sent a single one out of the country yet. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff I need to send to Canada, but I just haven't done it.
Yeah, Canada's not too bad, especially for hockey. I mean, Dominican Republic, I've never ever gotten a return from there.
Yeah.
Mexico a few times for a few baseball guys, but surprisingly Japan for like guys that were major leaguers that are playing over there. Yeah, I've gotten actually a lot back from them because they're just happy to probably get mail from the States actually requesting them.
Is Sadahara O still alive?
Yeah. Never got him.
Has anybody tried?
I have.
Sadahara
Years ago I did, but I never got him back.
Dude, like that's a signature worth alone. Like if you get a signed book by him, and it's like $200 or $300.
Yeah, if you can get, I mean, I seen index cards signed by him and Hank Aaron when they were both the home run champs. And
oh shit!
A good amount of money.
Mine was signed in Japanese and English.
Yes, he is yeah, I've heard that he does that.
Let's see what Sadahara was up to here on Star Tiger.
What is everybody's best successes they had from overseas?
Oh, that's a good question.
Probably some Game of Thrones stuff, bunch of Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, Star Wars guys, yeah.
Dude, nobody has tried Sadahara O on Star Tiger since 2001. I'm just giving you guys a little hint there. Maybe
yeah, but I've tried. I never actually put any pending stuff on Star Tiger.
Well, I mean, like usually though, it goes like, I mean, somebody's going to brag about it, and I've never seen anybody brag about Sadahara, and that signature is worth a pretty penny.
How old?
If you can get him to sign multiples, shit, dude, he's
got to be at least what 78, 80.
78 is exactly how old he is. That's funny. 78 is exactly how old he is.
Bang.
Yep.
I'm kind of looking around, trying to think of foreign guys.
Zane, how long, if you remember, did How long did it take for you to get Hamid Karzai back?
You know what? I couldn't tell you because I that was one of the mass email things I did. And like,
oh, so it was through an email?
Oh yeah, it was. I sent an email and I think I just forgot like that I even had him request him requested, and then all of a sudden it showed up in my mail. I was like, oh, I guess I wrote to Hamid Karzai once. So I couldn't tell you, man. I might have it marked. I actually feed my sources. Assholes.
Let me ask you, Zane, when was the last time you actually sent a TTM?
Oh shit, man. You know, probably Prusner for the My America project like 3 years ago. I needed him.
We reeled the dude back in, so I think it's your turn now.
I know. Well, we'll see. I'm
He's hooked.
Pretty heavy in my business.
To escape us all, but we railed his ass back in.
I
know. Now you got me. Now you got me about as bad as I was before. I haven't started sending out anything besides 4x6 yet, but we'll see how long before that starts happening.
They're like, you walk in the post office, like, who the hell are you?
There's an old lady in the back that's like, let me tell you a story about a man named Stacy.
It was one time I had to pick up my mail. I was away, and I had to pick up my mail at the post office. And like I said, all my mail going out and coming back, I always put a smiley face drawing.
Right.
And I picked up the mail, and the woman goes, "We always wondered who always put the smiley faces on everything." They're like, now we can actually see what you look like. I'm like, this is not good.
You should have been like, it was me, bitch, and just walked out.
Yeah.
And put on the sunglasses like CSI Miami, and the music hits. Yeah.
I dropped on my faces and walked out. Yeah.
The USPS didn't hate anybody more than Zane back in the day when he was getting the Santa Claus bags of mail.
Oh my gosh, dude. Those were the days, man. Yeah. When you send bigs, yeah, it gets a little complicated. Man, I actually had I don't know if Andy knows about this. I had a USPS worker refuse to deliver my mail.
It's ringing a bell, but what was it? It was too many packages.
So it was a woman, and she was on my route, and for a few months, mail was heavy, and she would bring like a Santa bag of mail to my house like every day or two, and she complained her back. Yeah, her back was hurt and she couldn't do it anymore. So I got a little flyer in my mailbox that said, "Due to the amount of mail you're receiving, you will have to pick up your mail at the post office." I was like, son of a bitch. I broke my mail.
Be like, put a young buck on there to carry this.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening?
I went to the post office and picked up my mail. I mean, anything that wasn't a letter, all got, stacked up at the post office. And I just had to go pick up my sack.
Yep.
Like they would bring like the big I mean, it was like Santa. It was literally like the post office Santa. Like,
I still have some of those photos saved somewhere on my computer from when you was taking the photos and posted them.
Oh yeah, dude. And then I got into the book buying. When I first got into the book buying, I was buying in mass, and like they hated that shit. Nowadays, I work out. I give my postal workers gifts. I've learned, like, don't piss off your mail people. So I get every Christmas and stuff. I give the post office people that work there gifts and stuff like that, like scratch offs and oil the
sign books.
Yeah. So
I've always been pretty fortunate with my post office people. Most of them know what I do, so they're always fairly decent with my mail.
I've actually had missing mail in the last couple months. Anything that didn't have tracking. Well, so this would screw me on TTMs. Anything that didn't have I lost 15 different things that didn't have tracking on it did not get delivered to my house.
Damn.
So I filed a complaint, and I guess somebody stole it. They never found out what happened. I'm assuming somebody stole it because you don't lose 15 pieces of mail that were supposed to be delivered in like a couple day period. All the stuff with tracking arrived. All my stuff without tracking did not arrive.
So it would have been someone pretty close to you then.
I don't want to accuse my post office of doing that.
And I don't think I'm telling you.
No, it's not, because I do all that stuff myself. I go and pick up all my mail and stuff. My post office accused the distribution center. So I was like, whatever. This stuff is piddly little crap I got on eBay. When I was doing fabric fobs, I was using photos, which was stupid because copyright infringement. But I was an idiot about it. So I was doing that, and I was buying little cards and stuff to get the photos. It's basically repurposing things that were already printed to put in the fobs. I thought that might be legal. Nope. I had to tear all those apart. But anyways, I was buying single cards. So it was like $1 card shipped in a plain white envelope. And a whole lot of that stuff never showed up. So,
do you still probably get the most mail in town? Because if I remember right, you live in a pretty small town.
Yes. Well, maybe not as much as they used to. They used to say I got 70% of packages. But
is it still delivered by horse or?
Delivered by what?
By a horse?
By a horse? No. Actually, I don't get any mail delivered packages to my house. I go pick up my mail every day. I don't trust it to be in the car. Somebody could easily fall under a seat or something. I'll just go pick it up myself. And it's just like 2 blocks down. Not a big deal.
Yeah, that reminds me. What was it, 2-3 years ago? You posted a video that someone filmed interviewing you about you and your business.
Yes.
Remember? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
How did that come about?
One of my friends is a film student. One of my friends is a film student, and they needed a subject. So he worked, it was in St. Louis, some program on St. Louis public access. And they filmed a bit about me and had my fat ass walking around, like filming, going to the post office and stuff, and like interviewed people that like dealt with me every day. And like, that's where the 70% came from. Actually, we have a baseball bat manufacturing company in our town now. So I doubt I bring in 70% of the mail packages, because I know they're shipping out and getting stuff in more than me probably. Actually, it's Dinger bats. It's the one Kyle Schwarber uses. Kyle Schwarber's bat is made like 3 blocks down from me.
Nice.
So that's probably not true anymore than 70%.
It's only 60.
Yeah, no, it's probably I don't know what it is.
You got taken down by a corp.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys watch the Home Run Derby?
I saw most of it work last night.
A 11-year-old baseball team during the time. We had a game last night.
Yeah, it looked pretty interesting. I didn't watch it either. I think baseball's having a tough time right now.
I don't know that the Schwarber fans are calling Harper a cheater.
Yeah, because he was throwing the ball before it landed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cheating, in my opinion. I'm a Cubs fan, but I'm coming up from an objective point. If you can prove that the ball was thrown before it landed, and it was significant, it wasn't like a millisecond or something. If it was like seconds difference, then that would be cheating.
Yeah, he's getting 30 pitches. Everyone else is getting 10.
Right.
He's just rifling them off.
Yep. Dude, his dad, do you see Bryce Harper's dad?
He's jacked.
Holy shit. What kind of genes are in that family, man? Like, was there a bear? Did one of their family members like mate with a bear? And then like now they got bear genes in their family. They're just like big old, like that dude's arms were like big as his head.
Yeah, I kind of lucked out with him. I sent him that Sports Illustrated that he was on the cover when he was in high school.
Oh yeah,
I got that somewhere around here signed, and it's pretty bad. I have no clue where it is, but
yeah, I got him back in the day too, and he was playing for that team in Vegas.
You got lucky. How many of those guys bust? How many draft prospects bust? Remember Mark Pryor?
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, yeah, he was on the Padres for a little bit, right?
Yeah,
he was. Yeah.
Doesn't he work for them now?
No, he's the pitching coach, I think, for the Dodgers now.
Dodgers, okay.
And when he came up with Pujols, they ruled the league, man. It was those two guys. Everybody, I went and saw a game, Cubs Cardinals, and Pryor was pitching and Pujols was hitting, and they hit a foul ball and it went right behind me. I was a kid, and I was freaking out. I was like, I could have had it. This came from Pryor's hand and off Pujols' bat. Just missed it.
So that really just shows the difference between doing signings from like the early 90s to now. Because I remember like the early 90s, if you had like a can't miss prospect, he was like $5 a sign. Now he's like 90.
Yep.
And he's still in the minor leagues.
Yep.
I mean, it just shows how much it's so much changed.
Unless they blow out their arm, I feel like they're getting a little more accurate with the prospects, though, because I can't think of many that who are guaranteed all-stars. People are like, oh, this guy's going to be one of the best, and then didn't. Like, Pryor's the one I remember the most, but, like, can you guys think of any that
remember Todd Van Poppel? He was going to be like the next Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
And they had all those pictures of them two together. And he was a relief pitcher for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. It's crazy. Oh,
speaking of your Cubs, you had Jerome Walton, Dwight Smith.
Yeah, Jerome Walton was one. He was rookie of the year.
Yeah, but he owns the rookie record for the longest hitting streak ever.
Oh, I didn't know that. Random facts from Andy.
Well, he beat Bianto Santiago's record. I mean, that's all right.
Hey, that was a pretty good Padre back in the day.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that SI article they did on April Fools about the guy that could throw a ridiculous speed? What was his name? It's not a real guy. It's a fake guy they made up. And they said he could throw, let's see, Sports Illustrated. April Fools. Picture. Because I want to say the speed. Oh, Sid Finch. In 1985, they made an article about Sid Finch. And let's see how fast they said he could throw. It was some ridiculous speed. But I'm wanting to say some of the guys are getting close to that speed nowadays. I saw people throwing like 105, like in the majors.
Yeah, we had a guy. I think he's still pitching for the Colonels here, the Midwest League team here. He throws like 102, 103.
Yeah, there's a former Red Sox that plays for the White Sox, Mike Kopler. He's like at 104, 103.
Okay, so this tells. I just want. I brought this up to kind of contrast. In 1986, it was an April Fool's article that said he could throw 106 miles an hour, which was laughably almost like it's like, okay, so some guy coming up throws 106. And I remember guys whenever I was growing up throwing 101, 102. Farnsworth threw like 102. Guys like that. And now I'm seeing like 104, 105. And they're getting close to that SI article parody of 106. It's kind of crazy. Like, I don't know what's happening, if they're changing their techniques or whatever, but it's kind of scary. Man, you guys never heard of Sid Finch, huh?
Henry in chat says he remembers it.
Yeah, it's a famous sports article. They've done some, documentaries about it and stuff. But yeah, so the parody is starting to turn into reality. I think parody's starting to turn into reality in a lot of ways. So I just leave it at that. 106 to the nuts.
All right, guys, I gotta beat it.
Yeah, we should probably end this because I need to do some shipping anyway. But so let's go ahead and call this off now since you're leaving, Andy.
Do this.
Well, Andy, you've ruined the show, and I think we can all agree that Andy's departure has created our departure here, and it's all Andy's fault. So if you want to see more show, blame Andy. Send your dirty underwear to Stacy, signed, preferably dirty. He's a sniffer. And
I forgot about those.
He'll put that PO box in the comments.
Yeah, heavy in the skid marks.
The skid marks are a plus, and he'll pay a couple extra bucks for that.
The one Stacy worked on had no room for skid marks.
Oh boy,
yeah, that's true. Back, yeah.
Maybe they had a skid mark. You just couldn't tell because it was just all one.
But for the record, I don't own those anymore. Those all I actually, as I was telling those guys about that, I actually sold them all. I actually didn't do too bad on them, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I have. Were you here when I talked about Alan Arkin's underwear, Andy?
No.
Oh yeah, I own a pair of Alan Arkin's used underwear.
Yeah, I own John Voight's convertible too.
No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious though. I know you're making a Seinfeld joke, but I'm dead serious. I bought a production. Okay, last thing before we go, I'll tell it one more time.
You'll have to show it on screen one time.
You know what? No, I'll do it freaking right now.
Don't put them on.
Don't leave.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it. We're going to be making YouTube history right now.
Are we picking out colors now?
Showing underwear.
Okay. So before we go,
get ready. The moment's about to happen.
Alan Arkin's underwear from the movie Love the Coopers. This is his full costume. Comes with all the stuff that was in his nose and stuff during the hospital scene. And I bought this for my Fabric Fobs, my business I run now. I don't know if Andy was here when we talked about that.
I don't think he was.
Do you mind if I ask how much you paid for the whole outfit?
$60. Yeah.
That's not bad.
So, anyways, these are like the shorts that he wore in a scene. I think this is another pair and he wore in a different scene or whatever. But you can see it in the movie. It's all screen matched. And it comes with his socks. Anyways.
Wow, the jealousy is just running right now.
Will you looking here?
Yeah, you got to show me again.
I guess I got to talk. Okay, here, wait. Maybe I need to. It's too. Let me do some adjustments here so you guys can actually see the nice stainage.
Yeah, we want to see it in all its glory.
Yeah, definitely. I understand, man.
You know what the scary part is that you have those like in arm's length.
I have them in what?
You had them right there.
Well, I have all my fabric over here
for
my
underwear right there.
No, I have my fabric for my fobs over here, man. I run a keychain business.
Yeah,
man.
he's keeping his most prized possessions close by. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Let's see if it. Okay. Stop talking. Okay, there we go. Now you can focus on them a little bit better. So here you go. Here's
Neil Armstrong book. I have no clue, but I have underwear right here. No problem.
Alan Arkin's underwear.
Yeah.
Right here, screen worn. Apparently Alan Arkin wears the brand Morona, and he wears a large. So, Alan Arkin's underwear for everybody.
I'm gonna go throw up and go to bed.
That's a good. Hey, everybody! No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. All right. So on this note, I think we'll end the podcast. Thanks for watching, guys. And
it was great talking to everybody. I really enjoy this.
Totally.
Yeah, and Mike.
It's like talking to YouTube autograph royalty again.
Oh well, thank you. That's a compliment, man.
And I mean it to all you guys. And I told Zane about how his earlier videos meant a lot to me. I was going through a lot of health issues with my back. I was bedridden up and down, and his videos back, in especially 2012, got me through it.
Stacy's videos didn't mean shit though.
Yeah.
Well, your videos are the ones I first started, and then I ended up branching out to Stacy and some others. But you were the main one that began me on this. And Zane's also the one that inspired me to start making my own videos. Now I have 2 channels, and I couldn't imagine not doing YouTube now.
Well, I hope I've inspired you now to buy old man's underwear and sniff them. All right. I'm signing off this bitch.
Well, hopefully I'll have a big a picture of me next time instead of a big A. Yeah,
or maybe a video or something, like, with technology and video cameras and stuff. It'd be cool.
Hey, I actually made a couple of videos not too long ago.
All right. We're actually signing off now.
All right. See you guys.
See you guys.
Adios.
See you, everybody.